It's happened. We've come back. What's up, everybody? As you can tell by the title, I've fallen off the wagon. I'm a nerd again. I'm a hella nerd again. I'm back into sci-fi hard. The new Dune film, it's one film and you can only rewatch it so many times. I've fallen back into Star Trek. There's so much Star Trek to watch. We have Paramount Plus, and it is so worth it if you're a Star Trek fan, honestly. Get all the Trek in one place. All the Trek in one place. And there's some new Trek I wasn't really aware of. You have Star Trek Discovery, Strange New Worlds, the spin-off of Star Trek Discovery, of Star Trek Picard, a sequel to Next Generation proper. And it's exciting times for a Trek fan, in my opinion. I know the reviews that I've seen online haven't been the most positive to the new Trek series, but I beg you all to give it a chance. I really do. It's worth it. It's well worth it. You've seen worse Trek. If you feel like Star Trek Discovery is the worst Star Trek you've seen, really rewatch the original series of films. Go watch Star Trek The Undiscovered Country and tell me it doesn't hold up with Discovery. Like, they're not on this, at least on the same tier of writing. You have the same thematic elements. You have people who clearly love Trek, love the message behind Trek. No. I refuse the misogynist reviewers of YouTube's disdain for Discovery. I really do enjoy the series. Lux enjoys the series. We are having a good time with Discovery. We are officially on season 3. And boy, let me tell you, they are indeed going places Star Trek has never gone before. And as a fan of Star Trek Online and all of the kind of extended content of Star Trek, the novels, the video games, as a fan of Star Trek Online in particular, Star Trek Discovery in Season 3 really does pay off some of the stuff you experience in that game. And to have that as a Star Trek fan, I mean, I bow my head to you, the current showrunners of Star Trek Discovery, if it's still going. I don't know if it was canceled after Season 3. I never know with these shows. I haven't been keeping up with the behind-the-scenes juice. I've honestly been spending most of my time when it comes to tea in the YouTube realm following the Brendan Schaub story. Ethan Klein ended up involved. If you're not aware, Brendan Schaub has had allegations from a lot of different females or in comedy or around the comedy sphere make allegations against him. I'm losing my words on how to explain this story. It's an onion of a story, but that's where I've been spending most of my time on tea. And my literary fiction button is being pressed by Star Trek right now. I can't stop myself. It's been nonstop. I want to bring everyone's attention real quick while we're at the top of the show to our new sponsor website. We have new endorsement deals. BarkBox, NordVPN, Deathwish Coffee, Battery Ship, and Gamefly. From video game rentals to a new battery for your phone to coffee in the morning, we got you here at MURKradio. The link is in the description if you guys want a deal on anything. If any of these sound good, I am but a humble arbiter of deals for you guys. Check it out. Check it out, link in description. And be sure to click that like button. But how's everybody doing today? Let me know in the chat how you're doing. You make sure my chat's staying active. Yeah, it's still working. Yeah. I'm falling back off the wagon onto Star Trek, man. It is just one of the best. Star Trek and Doctor Who, I could probably binge watch any. You could just put on a random episode of from any series of either of those shows, and I will sit down and happily watch it, as content as someone could be. Cover the full range of human emotion in a setting that, you know, is fictional. But man, idealistic and still great. That's what I like about Discovery, is they've managed to still express similar sentiments to what Roddenberry was expressing with the original series in this series. And if you don't believe me, just rewatch the original series and Discovery back to back. I did it. Yell at me, point me to a video essay, tell me I'm wrong in the comments. It's fine. But I love Star Trek Discovery. I like Michael Burnham. Specialist turned commander turned specialist turned commander. The first Starfleet mutineer. Hella interesting series. But I decided to roll a little bit early today. I told everybody in the Discord when I made the schedule for the next few hangouts and true crime and chats that I'd probably roll after 4 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. their time. So I'll probably do a couple hangouts today. I just wanted to talk. I had the day, and thought I'd hang out with my Murkies, man. It's been a while. I'm trying to scheme up maybe doing the news in the morning. Again, to try to stay on top of all the relevant news. We have a little bit of an easier time now streaming live news through the Discord, so that's nice. Shout out Discord. It was Discord's birthday yesterday, I believe. You are a tremendous asset to doing what I do, Discord. Able to get people in here from across the country, across the world sometimes. Shout out Zimmy in Italy, Debbie in the UK. Just talking with Debbie in our Discord, link in description. Again, if you want an invite to our Discord and you're a new viewer. Just talking with Debbie about Jimmy Savile. We're going to do a Jimmy Savile True Crime and Chat tomorrow is my plan. Still building the timeline and stuff, but going to play it loose and just talk about Jimmy Savile. You know, Jimmy Savile really was something to a lot of people, and I think the best turn of phrase I could produce about Jimmy Savile in my mind is it's like if Barney grew fangs. It was unexpected to me, and I realized that almost sounds silly in retrospect when you see the man, because he's a scary individual. He seems weird. He's always in a tracksuit, a shell suit. Interesting. Let's hop over to the news. Let's do what we do here at the Hangout while we're all filing in. Let's check out the live news.
The primary here, where former President Donald Trump weighing in over the weekend on behalf of State Senator Doug Mastriano. And again, you've got some Republicans in Pennsylvania who fear that Mastriano may take a race that on paper could be winnable for Republicans and make it a lot more difficult for them. So some interesting dynamics. The Senate
What
race,
up, Garden?
And I apologize, I don't have the numbers there, but in that governor's race as well, Allison.
Steve, I'm going to apologize to you that the big board isn't cooperating, but you don't even need it. You're fine. I mean, Kornacki just goes. No problem at all.
We work with what we got.
Thank you so much, sir. Always good to see you.
You got it. Thanks.
And NBC News is tracking political trends in key states ahead of the midterms. This is all part of our County to County series, which
I'm back for the midterms, baby.
you're familiar with.
I'm
NBC
back,
News
baby.
Correspondent Shaquille Brewster is in Duval County, Florida. NBC News correspondent Ellison Barber's in Chattooga County, Georgia. I always want to say Chattanooga there, and I know that is wrong. And NBC News correspondent Antonia Hilton is in Anson County, North Carolina. Shaq, we're going to start with you. Where specifically in Florida are you, and what are you hearing from voters?
We always end up in Florida news. It's like serendipitous. This has become a thermodynamic miracle. How often Florida's news ends up on this stream. We are now talking about voting in Florida. It says here, economy a top issue with midterm voters. I would imagine so. Our economy is crazy. Our last president actually gave us a stimulus and helped us out through a pandemic. Our current one won't come off some fucking money and keeps... We'll get into it.
There about inflation and the cost of living.
Yeah, Duval County is essentially the Jacksonville, Florida area. And you mentioned inflation, the state of the economy. That's the top issue for voters, and that was reflected in our NBC News poll. That is especially true here in Jacksonville, where folks go to the gas station. They see the high prices there. They go to a grocery store dealing with high food prices. And really here in Florida, they're dealing with the high prices of housing. And when you see that poll, you see why the economic issues are so important for folks. When you listen to the conversations we've been having with voters, you get a sense of why that is. Listen here.
I think the money that is left in our wallets at the end of the day, with inflation and everything going on, and we paid an insane amount of taxes last year, so I think I'd like to know what candidate's going to be in our favor.
Inflation, that's going to be your top issue. What?
Gas prices are out of control, and everything that comes along with the supply chain issues.
The gas prices, of course, is outrageous. Everybody's complaining about the gas. Like, it used to take $25 to fill my car up. Now it takes
Gas is so expensive.
$35. This is a little car. So yeah, inflation is really something that we need to fix as well. You know, we're worried about everybody else's problems, but we're not fixing our problems.
That was a Republican you first heard from. The second lady was a Democrat. And, you know, this is why we come to this county, because this is a county that was an old Republican stronghold that has become more moderate.
This is the time for Andrew Yang. Where was Andrew Yang with the universal base income and his, seemingly socialist ideals for paying the people of America? Honestly, you could found a new party on "we're gonna pay you," and they'd probably get the votes.
In recent cycles, Democrats flipped it in both 2018 and then at a presidential level in 2020. Democrats felt like they had some wind at their backs in this county, but when you hear from those voters and the anxiety that they have, you get a sense of why it's Republicans now saying that they will be able to do well in places like here for the midterm elections. Allison.
Shaq, how about the Supreme Court's pending decision on abortion? How's that playing out there?
Well, it's
Oof. Oh my gosh. She went right into it, the decision on abortion. As you know, we're pro-choice here at MURKradio. We're liberals. And I'm going to let the ladies of the channel speak for themselves on this issue.
definitely is something that many people are talking about. This is first something that folks have been talking about here in Florida for some time. It was last month when the legislature passed a bill, an abortion ban after 15 weeks of pregnancy. It was signed by the governor. It goes into effect July 1st. So this has been top of the political consciousness here in Florida for some time. But one thing that we saw is that in terms of Google searches for this county, you saw more people searching the issue of abortion after the draft decision was released about 2.
Duval County, Florida, baby. Some northern Florida voters. That's what northern Florida's issues are. Abortion, wages, Ukraine, Russia, and education. Number 5. Yeah. I understand number 1, understand number 2. Number 3 and number 4 being above number 5, don't particularly understand. But again, we have this almost middling propaganda to get some of the people on the ground to get back in the bunker and think World War III is coming, and I don't think it is.
2 weeks ago than any other issue. And that was fairly new in this Google Trends data that we continue to monitor. It's something that folks are watching. And one thing that I've been noticing in conversations here is there's some nuance there. I've talked to a lot of conservatives. There's a lot of moderates who vote with Republicans saying that they support the right for a legal abortion. And that's something that potentially is an opportunity for Democrats because we know how animating of an issue abortion is.
All right, let's go over to Ellison in Georgia.
Ooh, who I hear in here? Ooh, we got Arianthe.
Hi.
Hey, I don't know if you heard I rolled early, but we can do 2 hangouts straight up today because I got the time. But how is your day going? How has your week been? Happy Monday, everybody. Are you there?
Georgia. Ellison, as we heard from Steve Kornacki just a few moments ago, 75% of people
We might have lost Arianthe.
say the country is heading in the wrong direction. What are you hearing there?
Yeah, you know, people here, like Shaq is hearing in Florida, they are telling us they are really feeling the pinch of inflation. Chattooga County is a deeply red county in a state that has recently become a purple state. There is an incredibly important, significant Senate race here. And if Republicans want to take back a seat that they recently lost, they need to see high turnout in places like Chattooga County, Republican strongholds in this state. The Republican primary is less than a...
Places are turning purple.
There we go. Did that work?
There you are. Hello.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. That's so weird.
What up, Debbie in the chat?
Hey!
What is up, everybody? Oh my goodness.
Hello.
We
I have to
are...
walk away from this Dep trial, man. Jeez. Oh.
I was going to put it on here in a bit because I also got a little flustered by Amber Turd. Amber Turd's testimony was like, infuriating. So I bounced. But
Yeah, it's rough.
yeah, it's, that's... I thought about
This
just
is
throwing that on.
Probably poor taste, but I was like, she makes me want to hit something. That's not
Yeah.
not people.
Yeah. I thought I would provide the Murkies with maybe a little break from it when I sat down to actually stream. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Debbie had to run to the shop.
Oh,
No worries, man.
did you get good stuff?
Yeah, I hope you got something good. I finally found a good place, or Lux found a good place to order groceries, and we can finally order groceries like appropriately.
Oh, where from?
Instacart. It's an app. It's like Uber Eats, but you get food.
Yeah, I used to use Instacart when I was in Arkansas, but they don't have it here because I'm in a rural area.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. See, I had never used Instacart. Where we're from, I just always used Walmart.com or hit up somebody I knew that worked for Walmart and got that discount, but,
Right.
never,
Oh,
they didn't have any donuts or Snickers. Man,
we ride at dawn.
we ride at dawn. That's unacceptable. They even
It
call
really is.
you even own a shop if you don't have donuts and Snickers?
No.
Ooh, they're gonna have some hangry people.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, the little market down the road has these breakfast burritos that are to die for, but they only make, roughly 4,000 of them or whatever in the morning. So if you don't get there right as they've made them, they're gone.
Yeah.
You get there.
Yeah, there was a place like that whenever I lived in Missouri. They were like, they made biscuits and gravy. And you know how it is in the South with biscuits and gravy, but they would only
Yes.
make so many biscuits and they were like, oh, we're out.
Yes,
That's
I
awful.
have to like order southeastern things here. If I want to do biscuits and gravy or something,
Yeah.
I have to really order that kind of ingredients. They don't just have that at the market. It sucks. There's no diners
no.
either, or like Waffle House near me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like food trucks, pizza, the market, or order some Del Taco.
Del Taco.
But everything here is like hella Sonoran. I finally figured it out because like the Mexican food is different than back home, but not in like and I'm not talking like the Tex-Mex restaurants. Those are all the same across the board. I mean like the hole in the wall, awesome little taco shacks. They're different here. They're just different, and it's because it's Sonoran here, so there's just a different flavor.
Oh,
Like it's just
I bet
what?
Is it fresher?
Yeah. You'll see avocado incorporated a little more
Oh, okay.
than back home, honestly. Because we're also close to California, so there's like a California or Sonoran style everything. But I forget, like a Sonoran style hot dog has like all kinds of like avocados and like shit on it, I believe.
Ah,
Yeah.
that sounds good though.
It is good. It is really good. It's just when you get, in the flavor for something back home, it's like, wait. There's one place and it's a truck, so they're on the move and they're never open.
They're never open and they're never in the same place.
Yes, I found a place that does tacos honestly just like King Burrito. That gets you order. It's like King Burrito, but it's a truck. And
Oh, yeah.
when they post hours, they're always late and they always close early. So it's you got to get there. You know, you got to like kind of just a coin flip on if you're going to get it or not. But they also have tacos cabezas. They have brain tacos, which that's not something you really see back home even, which is...
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
Stuff like that isn't really seen anywhere close to me anyway. Well, I'm closer to New Mexico now, so maybe.
Yeah. You find some brain tacos, and that's a good time. I don't know, tacos cabezas, tacos lenguas, like tongue tacos, those are good too. I'll eat it.
Yeah, you find those a lot in like Springdale, Fayetteville, and they're so good.
Yeah. But I know you're vegan, and I know that's a weird conversation to have, but
it is a weird conversation to have. Yeah.
I've been a bit of a meat eater, but it's I'm reducing to the point it's like I can do vegetarian or vegan plates again.
Yeah, it's not by choice for anyone who's wondering. I got bit by a tick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What up, Tripper?
Now I'm just fucked.
Lady Queen. Oh my
lady.
gosh, Tripper. Hold up. Are you... hold up. Because here's the thing. There's a very... Yeah. There's a Lady Queen, not Dairy Queen, or some shit like that, where my baby mama's from. And that's a small place. It was a small place.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm speaking in tongues about tacos. Yeah, I also comprehend Spanish kind of good, so I really like, I don't know,
Oh
shoot, being around being this close. You are okay. You are okay. You're actually hella close to where my baby mama's from, and where we're all from. What up, Tripper?
Yeah.
Tripper knows the Ozarks life.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Tripper. It's not all that bad. It's interesting for anybody who's not from there.
One of the people that work with Lux, and one of the coolest people I've met since I've been out here, is from from the Ozarks. And I wasn't expecting it at all. Like it's so funny when you meet other, just people from the Ozarks or something like that when you're out west. What up, Elson? What up, man?
I bet that's been quite the culture shock for you, because I only moved to Oklahoma and it's culture shock for me.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find the nerds, like the nerds, the nerdy nerds.
Oh, yeah.
Like the nerds. I know they're here because I've been to they're at the mall here. There's two different, there's like a LARP store.
Oh.
And like a full-on tabletop store. Like it's just every tabletop game you could imagine, or miniature kit. And so I know y'all are here. I'm going to find you. I'm gonna bash.
You just gotta show yourselves.
Yeah, I want to bash some nerds at a LARP event or something. Like I love it, but I still can't really. I haven't found them in my sphere because I'm around rock and roll shit all the time. So it's a bunch of rock and roll people, and it's
You go to some really cool shows. I'm so jealous.
It's been so cool. I've seen more cool shows in the last couple of months than I've seen in my lifetime. It's been kind of bizarre. Like I've adapted now. Like, yeah, it's become a job, which is nice. Like it's a lot.
You just get paid to go hang out at rock shows. That's fucking cool.
And what I like about it is how physically laborious it can be sometimes. Like just having a house that you work in any capacity. I know that from like the stagehands to the day crew people like me, the security people, I also do security stuff. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes we really bust a lot of ass. It's wild. Like,
yeah,
it's really put a new perspective on, because I've seen things from the entertainments, like from the entertainer side of things. And I've played a theater venue as talent. but I've never necessarily worked behind the scenes like I have lately. And I couldn't have a cooler group of people to be learning from, and B,
That's
a cooler venue to do it in. Like, it at the end of the day, I think my favorite thing about the place is the venue itself. It's just a historic theater, and
that's incredible.
it's kind of a gig I've always wanted to fall into, and it's a place where they really encourage people to learn and grow. And so I know if and when I ask to do other stuff, they will do their best to make that available for me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's all I've ever
Funny
asked
how
from a
life
job.
works that way.
Yeah, yeah. Now I am unintentionally doing a bunch of maintenance stuff around there. Normally I charge a little higher dollar, but again, I sometimes in the heat of things forget that I am going to get to see the coolest things I've ever seen and meet some people I never thought I'd meet. Like I got to tell the drummer for Coheed, like, I fucking love you. It's my third time seeing you. Day sober, like that.
Or get pulled over.
Yeah, we're also sober. Like I'm also sober. Like you're you're an inspiration to people like me, dude. Keep it going. Like good work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I never got to work backstage with any rock and roll anything. It was always theater.
yeah.
It was always like half naked people running around dressed partly as cats. You know?
It was always, and I feel so like finally the I'm from the middle of the woods feeling has kicked in, because I used to not get it when people would leave back home and be like, I'm from the woods, and it's like, not really, but no, I'm pretty backwoods.
No, we're from the woods.
Yeah, we're from the woods. I straight up, there's nothing like that back home, and there's not. It's just refreshing to see, like, even like, because a lot of the people that work in this theater are attached to the local music scene.
Yeah.
Like all of them. You know, they know everybody. It's a small town, big city, so everybody knows everybody, and it's so interesting to get. Like, I finally feel like I have my thumb on the pulse of like an element of the area that I came here partially for. Which is, you know, I have a better chance at doing what I do musically successfully. Yeah. Which again, I'm gonna hopefully get some DJ gigs now. Like every day, the avenue for specifically a DJ set becomes more viable and like more of an option. It's kind of hard to explain, but like there's actual venues I could maybe become a regular at, and that'd be cool. You know. And just a lot of.
It's funny how that works out that way. It's like you meet people, and then all of a sudden your life just falls into the space of happy.
Yeah. Well, and it's always a job. Like I feel like there's a karmic balance in this, right? Like you have to kind of work the job and show people that you can sweat, you know, and we'll sweat for them, and then slowly, like the karmic return is you get not just friendships, but like your name thrown around. You get, you know, actually get to relationships with people. It's you actually get to be a part of the community. You can't be a part of the community if you don't do something for it. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
And that's particularly if you're new and it's like West Coast kind of cliquish. Like that's
well, I'm not West Coast, but boy, if it's not cliquish here.
You know, and it's there's an element of that everywhere, I feel like, except for like maybe
it's a small town.
Yeah, like I bet there's parts of Canada that aren't that way.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Maybe.
I bet there's parts of Canada where it's like, boy, this is the friendliest place I've ever been. But
yeah.
I
can imagine in like larger cities, it's more factions. But here it's like, you're not from here, you know, and we know it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm watching social things happen with some of these cliquish West Coast cats where it's like COVID happened and weed became legal here. So it's like if you were a weed dealer that got sick, you're kind of out of the clique, and nobody sent
Yeah.
you a memo because COVID happened and everyone was quarantined. So now you're just not necessarily getting the love that you did. And it's fucking weird to see. Like, I couldn't imagine what it's like back home for certain people. Like, years ago,
Right.
back when I used to run a little rough, like, what happened to the people who used to make mad bank selling weed illegally? Because there's a lot of,
Half of them are working for the dispensaries now. Hi, guys.
Oh, hi, Justin.
Hey! That makes sense. When I went to the dispensaries, it was normally a bunch of Latin ladies hitting on me. It's how it felt, what it felt like.
Not a complaint I'd ever have.
It certainly wasn't. I still want to like renew my medical card there and just, when I'm back to visit, just pop into the regular dispensary I used to go to and be like, hey,
There you go.
I'm alive. Yeah. A merch set, guys. It's, I got to push merch. My goal is to genuinely make a living being in entertainment. Being in entertainment in really any form. I'm happy pushing a mop or a broom. I'm from the woods, man. I get to see cool stuff. And honestly, though, like the kind of starstruckness has gone away, which I'm hard to starstrike anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Starstrike. What a weird word.
Right?
Is that a Pokemon move?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
It's my new Pokemon. They've added me to Pokemon, guys, and yeah, like one of the final level up
American
moves
evolution.
is Starstrike. It's great.
Merc, use Star Strike.
It comes out of his butt. Comes out of the Pokemon's butt.
I'd be upset if it didn't.
Yeah.
Right, sir?
It's a Japanese play on words. They're talking about his butt, his butthole. Yeah, it kind of become like I almost forget like there's so much cool stuff that piles up between multiple venues that it's like and then you pick up a shift and you're like, oh wait, but I reserved tickets for fuck it. I'll catch them next time, I guess. I don't know. Like, I think I've got probably a signed poster for a concert I didn't actually end up making it to because I covered someone's shift and worked a concert that happened at the same time, but was a hella fun time.
The concept of catching them next time is foreign to me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, right? That's what's so weird.
That's wild.
It took me so long to get used to, but like there's acts that like to play here every year. Like once a year, like when they hit an annual, like their tour, they book it. Sometimes they'll hit it as their first show and last show, or their second show, first show being LA, Tucson, and then go on. It's interesting, like, because you'll get some either like some early stuff, like if it's a stand-up act, you get stuff that they're still working, like they're gonna put it in a special and they're working it out. I never thought I'd get to see those kinds of sets. Like that stuff like you get pirated on YouTube. Like
Hey, yeah.
but also some, what I'm loving about this area is it has its things just like back home. We have to very much cater to craft fair back home.
Yes, yeah.
The world kind of bends and
Days
turns for
to
craft
shut
fair.
school down.
Yes.
Do you
That's
remember
what
we
I'll be
used to
doing
get
on
a-
Saturday.
Yep. Things change for craft fair back home. Here, when the university lets out, all the college kids leave and all the snowbirds show up. So you start seeing cover bands.
Oh, I love cover bands.
You start seeing cover bands. And I'm telling you, one of the names that's like the like booking agent or like manager for a lot of these bigger cover bands is like the dude who used to book Alice Cooper and shit through the West Coast. Like he's a big deal, like a big deal. Like you see his name in the Museum of Musical Instruments as a donator. Like he donates instruments that rock stars gave him to museums. Like
So he's the real deal.
he's the real deal, but he's like booking, and I'm telling you, like I'm pretty sure he was one of the guys. Like he's behind some of these cover acts that like end up back home even. And I wouldn't have I never in a million years thought that like that would be the guy hooking the cover bands up. But I think he's at the point in his career where he's just older and he's like, this is like my retirement shit. Like, I just do whatever the hell I like.
That's
I got to
cool,
get back to
though.
work, guys. I'll be back within the next 30 minutes if you're still on.
Hey, we'll be
Okay,
here,
bye,
brother.
Justin.
Take her easy.
That poor boy, I told him like silly popsicle stick jokes all morning because Derek was giving me shit yesterday because none of my jokes are funny. He always rolls his eyes, and Justin's like, "Are they really not funny?" And I'm like, "No, they're actually not funny."
I told a joke the other day that turned into a fucking history lesson.
Oh my god!
I didn't even mean to.
I love those.
Where it's like, I put extra black beans in this. Don't tell Pythagoras.
Oh no!
Hold, no, just crickets. It's like, well, Pythagoras had a cult. They didn't eat legumes.
Oh my god!
Nothing, nothing. Nobody. It's like, yeah, no, that's not good.
That's my
Not funny.
favorite kind of thing, though.
Yeah. Where it's like,
That's my favorite because then people get to question like, is he just crazy because he knows this much about cults, or is he super sophisticated?
I am legit crazy because I know this much about cults. It turns out to be a branch of the family business. So I think I'm just
Turns out, yeah.
I think I just have a natural knack for it. I'm at the point Lux is like, fuck it, let's start a cult. Like, it's what do you do?
Yeah. I always make jokes about it too. I'm always like, listen, okay, when are we going to start a cult?
Let's do it
And Derek's
then.
like, stop it. People are going to believe you. And I'm like, yes, good.
I've been thinking about, like, I'm conceptualized in my head a couple different times. Like, I wish there was a genuine universal kind of religious space and universal doctrine that someone could apply. Like, I don't know, theology applied broadly and to everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's no exclusion. Nothing is unholy or an aberration. Everything is allowed. There's no limit to curiosity. And I don't know.
Like it.
Ooh. Elson says, have you mentioned the mimic? We talking about
I haven't.
some Appalachian critters?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Ooh.
So, did I tell you about Derek getting yelled at from upstairs? And it was by me, but I was in the bathroom.
No.
Okay. So there was one night we were going to bed and Derek was in the kitchen and my bathroom's attached to my kitchen. I'm so sorry. You're going to hear my kids screaming. It's Mercury retrograde.
You're good. You might hear a ball gator
okay.
too.
It's okay.
I just gotta purge the mercury out of my Gatorade. So
you're good. My kids are just screaming. So I was in the bathroom, he was in the kitchen, and I hear him, yelling back, I'll be there in a minute, And I open the door and I'm like, what are you doing? And you've seen Derek, he's a brown man. He turned white. I mean, just pale white, lost all color, and just stared at me. And I was like, what happened? And he goes, you just told me to come upstairs. I'm like, no, dude, I'm in the bathroom.
yeah. Oof.
So then,
so
night,
not a ghost, a mimic? What the fuck could that, what could be imitating you? There's just a rogue ghost of a parrot down there?
No, I mean, there are things they call them mimics, but I've never had an experience with one until now. Friday night, we were hanging out with some friends with Paranormal Elson over there, and Caden messaged me, and he was like, you need to come home because I just heard Dad, and I got home, and he was like hiding in the closet.
Whoa.
He was so scared.
Whoa. Okay, so, all right. Man. So what has anybody, is this a quantified, I believe I've seen them talk about them in like the Appalachian cryptids boards before.
Yeah.
Is this, what visually, does it have a look? Does it have a modus operandi?
I'm not totally sure what it looks like. I can't say that any of us have seen it.
And not necessarily particularly yours. I just mean like mimics as a
Oh.
cryptid, like I don't know much about that classify, I could tell you about the Squatch, I could tell you about Thick Biggie, I could probably tell you about sexy Loch Ness monster.
It just depends because they classify them as shapeshifters.
Oh.
So sometimes they can even mimic what you look like.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
With no discernible difference between like a person and the mimic, huh?
Yeah.
That's tricky.
Yeah, it's really scary.
I wonder why they would try to lure somebody. So when it was acting like you to Derek, was it in a run Derek off way or in a draw Derek to way?
Well, whatever it was calling for him to come upstairs, not once, but twice.
Oh, so it was drawing him
Before
to.
I walked out. I walked out of the bathroom, was like, what are you yelling at? Because he was yelling up the stairs, I'll be there in a minute. I said, I'll be there in a minute,
Got a theory. Hates Elson, wants to bang Derek. Bring a salt around the bed, get a canopy or something so it can't be watching what y'all doing. Because I got a feeling it likes it. And
Yeah.
how strange. I wonder why it would try to lure Derek and scare the kids.
I don't know. But
Because it sounds like definitely it tried to run the kids off.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but tried to twice to get Derek to come too, which is
Yeah.
it either, if it is being predacious, it understands family dynamic and who the largest male is.
Right.
And so it's like, I'm gonna get him first, then I'm gonna get her, then I'm gonna get them kids.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been, which is weird, I guess, but I haven't been bothered by it at all. I just know it's here because it's freaking everyone else out.
See, that's why I'm thinking maybe it just wants to tickle on Derek.
Maybe.
I think
I don't blame
it just wants to tickle on your man.
That's, yeah, okay. You can take his laundry too.
That I mean, that's oof, spooky. I had another run-in with Tuxedo Ghost.
Oh, did you? I love Tuxedo Ghost.
Yeah, I was, I had worked a lot of hours, so still not gonna. I'm still holding out that maybe I was just hella tired, but I kept having like a weird seeing somebody cross through my peripheral, and I was working a security shift at the side by a door, and I kept looking over and just for a second seeing the dude. I kept seeing him like, hey, hi. He's in a tuxedo, full tuxedo, full tails, gloves, like having a great time, like doing the Charleston or what the hell ever. And I don't know. He likes the occasional Latin concert, I guess. I don't know. There's no.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Consistent theme. I just work a lot of Latin shows because I comprehend Spanish pretty well, and those are my peoples, man. I get along well with the Latin crowd here, man.
That's awesome.
But I also just like working. I'm from a sales family, so it's fun to be able to turn it on and boss people around.
Sales.
It's fun to be able to let someone know it's okay to have a good time too. A lot of kids come through that venue. Like a lot of people who work there have been going there since they were kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have kind of like I feel like I've observed enough of a perspective, like enough to gain a perspective on like, hey, like A, pick your battles. B, this is their music hall.
Oh no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like this is a 15, 16-year-old kid. This is their music hall. They're going to try to run a fake ID. You got to keep the ID. Like there's certain things where it's like, you got to, hey, go have fun. But I'm in my 30s, bro. Like you're like, the sign says no reentry. You can't come back in.
Right.
Stuff like that. It's in post-COVID, every artist has a different, I've talked about that before on the stream, like how every artist has a different like COVID protocol or none at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I've only seen it I've been really fortunate because by the time I started doing stuff, interacting with the crowd, like doing security stuff, it's like I've been really surprised and almost endeared with how well the artists have know their audience, because when they have a really strict COVID protocol, the audience genuinely genuinely follows it. Like they actually bring this shit, they mean it, they're the kind of people that want to follow the COVID protocol the way it was posted. And
Yeah.
it's so weird. Like you only get maybe
Oh, good
one or
for
two
them.
people that are like, what the hell? What you mean a mask? It's like emails were sent out. There was a pandemic.
You've been aware.
You've known, you ignored an email and you knew it said something and you came here anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Always weird to me. I mean, go see an artist who doesn't care.
I will say, I will never, ever listen to anybody from baby boomer to Gen X say that anybody younger uses their phone too much ever again. I don't ever want to hear it. Here's the thing. I worked a show the other night and it was a baby boomer to Gen X crowd. You know, it was a real nice, intimate little flamenco show. And yeah, really, really interesting cat. Otmar Lieber. Anybody knows Otmar Lieber? Okay. Oof, let me tell you. I had to tell probably 30 different adult people to put away their phones more than once. Like, you can't, the artist has requests. You do not film this. What are you doing? Like,
Jeez.
one guy, it was like genuinely his third time. And I was like, I'm not telling you again, man. He's like, like, dude, if that dude stops playing to kick you out, I'm going to turn red and explode. Make it your problem. I can't. That ain't happening in my section, man.
I'm gonna explode and make it your problem.
Put it up.
Right. Well, you're younger than them too, so everything that you say is just like, they don't care.
Yeah, yeah. There's still a guy that I met the other night named Bob, and I ushered with him, but nobody knows him. And nobody brings him up, and I haven't seen him work there since. And I got his phone number, so I've been meaning to text him because he says he does stuff with the Samaritans down in Mexico. So I'm gonna try to wing a quick passport and go do some Samaritan stuff down in Mexico. Go down to Mexico, and
Yeah. Don't die.
I'll be all right. I'll be okay.
Do we know Bob? Is Bob okay?
I had to ask Lux the other day: is Bob a ghost?
Yeah.
Was Bob a ghost? Because oh my goodness, Debbie says in the chat,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, my brother passed away and I woke up with a bad dream at 4 a.m. crying. I knew something was wrong and my brother had passed away in the night. Oh, it's my sister's having something going on with me. She's forced my address from my father and is sending me a letter, I guess, because she's been having dreams about me.
Interesting.
Yeah, we know when something's wrong, and I've, had a pretty rough go of it while I was on hiatus,
Yeah.
So I think I know why she's messaging, but wanting to reach out. But it's like, girl, you're in prison. You're in prison. there's nothing
Yeah,
we
let
can
her
really-
reach out though.
Yeah.
She loves you even though she's kicked your ass.
Oh yeah, and I love her too, even though she's
If
beat
she
me
didn't
up.
love you, she wouldn't have whooped your ass.
That's true.
Which is so fucking toxic.
It's very toxic behavior. But hey, she didn't have much in the way of like a good blueprint.
Do you
like,
remember being taught that in school though?
yeah.
Like if the boy pushes you down, it's because he likes you.
Mm-hmm.
If she hits you, it's because she likes you.
If girls chase you, tackle you, and kiss on you and stuff, it's because they like you. It's like, I was genuinely
awful.
I thought I was being picked on for a long time, and it's like, no, they're just sexually
Oh, you mean this is
abusing
normal
you.
behavior?
Did I tell you about the girl in preschool?
No.
Man, this was one and it stuck with me because it made my mom laugh,
Oh no.
and almost, I think, got me kicked out of some shit. But a
Let's hear it.
a girl in preschool pulled me into the turtle shell, told me to pee on her.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Did you do it?
yeah, I did it.
Oh my god.
And of course, it was a problem because now she's covered in pee.
Yeah.
All I really remember after that is my mom getting called in. I think it was my mom.
Oh my god.
Unless it was teachers yelling at me. But
Oh no.
it came down to, I remember me in preschool terms saying the words like, she asked me to.
Oh god.
And it like made it like,
Oh.
this is just turned into a whole different type of meeting. You guys can go home.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah,
Can you imagine where she
deny
fucking
us,
but
but
that though?
Yeah, you
Imagine
know,
where that little preschool girl was like, "This sounds like a good idea."
yeah, I don't know, but
All of a sudden, you look at her parents and go, "Well."
Yeah, so one of my first pseudo sexual memories, I guess, peeing on a girl in one of the turtle sandboxes, you know, with the shell
Oh
covered.
no.
Yeah. So we were close quarters. We were inside of a sandbox with sand covered with shell. I peed on her.
That's awful.
It was horrible. I remember it vividly. And
Oh no, it's gonna stick with you forever.
I wonder if they even called was that my mom they called it? I might have just been teachers in there at the time.
Oh, maybe.
Because it was, yeah, but this poor girl was a freak. And yeah, ever since then, I was always, yeah, real skeptical and nervous. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Why? Because I don't know. I peed on a girl once in a turtle and it didn't work out.
No.
It's also a weird thing to explain. Like, I've technically peed on somebody inside of a plastic turtle.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that should
Oh
have
my
been the
gosh,
title
I
of
feel
the
bad
episode.
for you. I feel awful for you, of course you, but like, what is that little girl being subjected to that she was like, you know what? I'm in preschool. This sounds like a good idea.
It was preschool, so, you know, like, memories are, you know, they're fading over time, but I don't remember, have any memories of her after that.
Weird.
So I don't think I would
Her parents
hope-
probably pulled her out of preschool. They're like, we can't subject her to this shit at home and then send her into the world.
Yeah, I hope she didn't end up like a, you know, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Should find out. What's her name?
It had me. Yeah, it wasn't until I was way older that I was like, man, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Some
You're in
ladies
preschool. They probably just
tripping.
hoped you would forget.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's fine.
I don't remember who it was, but I'd hooked up with somebody and was like, why is it always people like this? So somebody as an adult was like weird enough to make me think they were just as weird as the girl that made me pee on them in a turtle. You know what I mean? Like,
Paranormal Ellison says you're now part of the Turtle Club.
Oh, Elson was sent to the principal in first grade for kissing a girl. I wished it was that simple for me.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Yeah. No, luckily I don't think I ever got in trouble for PDA or anything like that. Normally pretty good kid.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
I'm a baby mama did all the time.
Yeah, I
with other
remember
people.
that.
Yeah, with other people.
Oh, I take it back. I did get in trouble for PDA because of your baby mama. She gave me a hug.
Yeah, they were onto her. They didn't trust her.
They rode her ass over that shit. She couldn't comfort her friends without somebody being like, "Hey," and she was like, "What the fuck?"
I can't even give a girl a hug. Yeah. You can't be bisexual in the Bible Belt as a teenager. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hell
Can't
no.
happen.
It's ridiculous. I just remember I cried about something, probably something stupid. I don't know. It's junior high, right? And she came over and she like gave me a big hug, and we were really close. We were really good friends, you know. And I don't remember what teacher it was. The one down the hallway to the right.
Oh.
It was a blonde lady. Shot history.
Oh, fucking damn it!
I can't remember her name either, but she like ripped us apart, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, there were a couple teachers at that school that was like it was their crusade. Which, you know, later baby mama went on to like student teach there.
Did she really?
Yeah, she went back. Schneiderwin
Oh.
remembered us.
I love her.
I know for a fact our drama teacher remembered us.
I used to call her mom, and people actually thought she was my mom.
I used to have
Which I just let them.
used to have a photo of her a decade after we were there, and she was making a Dalton pose. And
Yeah.
baby mama,
I'm sure we left her traumatized.
yeah, baby mama said she's like she wanted me to tell you look like a fat domino, and I was like, oh my god, she remembers that. She has new students every year, dude. Hell
I'm
yeah.
telling you, we traumatized the shit out of that poor
Yeah,
teacher.
she was like, she also remembers you getting electrocuted. It's like,
Hell
good,
yeah.
good.
Which time? There was a few different
Yeah, it was like, yeah, both of them. She's like, yeah, she remembers that. Yeah. Electrocuted
on the TV
plural.
or on the speaker cord? Which one? I'll never fucking forget that. You're shocking yourself on the damn TV.
I thought I was gonna pee myself.
You did. I thought I was gonna pee myself too because I laughed so hard.
At Bentonville High School, I'll tell you right now, what's his name? Gabriel. Big ass Hispanic dude.
Oh yeah, I remember Gabriel.
He ended up socking the shit out of somebody right in the nose, man, and it left blood all over the school. Do you remember that? I don't know. It was like one of
Yeah.
the worst visual fights because everybody came out of class right after it happened, so nobody saw the fight but saw blood everywhere and was like, "What happened? Why is Gabriel going to jail?"
Was it Keon?
Yeah, I think it was that.
I
it was
think
that fight.
so.
Yeah. One time he could throw a mean sidewinder with those dodgeballs that they gave us for our generation that were the foam coated
Yeah.
foam. He hit
They
me.
were awful, but yeah.
He hit me one time so hard in the dick area that I just peed.
Oh no!
He hit me so hard I peed myself. I was like, oh, I peed.
Oh no!
I'm out. I'm going to the nurse, dude.
And this is why you guys don't get dodgeballs anymore.
It's like, why are you? I'm like, I peed myself. I'm going back to class. I could change back into I was in gym clothes, so it was the best time to pee yourself, I suppose.
I guess if you're gonna do it, yeah.
Who did I have that class with? A couple different people were like, oh. Heads in the locker room. You okay? Yeah. I peed.
Oh no!
Peed myself. Oh yeah, it was
That's so sad.
such a good time. That was such a mean.
It's a hell of a throw, though.
Such a mean. It was must have been a fresh. I heard it pop. It was those balls that were coated so they blow out when you threw them hard enough.
Yeah.
Against something it popped on me.
Oh no!
Fuck, you blew the ball out on my balls.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's so sad.
yeah. Oh.
Do you remember the kid? Oh, maybe I shouldn't tell this story. Do you remember the kid in the north building of Bentonville High School? His girlfriend dropped down on his lap and ruptured his testicle.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Yes. It felt like that. I thought for sure something was wrong with my boys until I got changed and was like, oh no, I'm okay. But what? What I be? I still I don't think I've ever well, there's been one time I kind of fell. I missed a step on a ladder, but it was an A-frame, so my abdomen went onto the top of the A-frame ladder. Does that make sense? And I thought I was gonna pee myself, but your boy was passing a kidney stone, so
Oh no! That's worse.
nothing was coming out.
No. Oh.
It sucked, but I didn't pee myself, so
Your body gave you a natural cork.
yeah. It was trying to there's a couple different people. Lux is one of them at work that are like, you risk your life every day. It's everybody, you guys on that crew. You're so good at what you do. You're nice. Be safe. And I'm like, be safe. I'm not risking my life in any way. Let me tell you some of the stuff I did back in Arkansas. Let me tell you what my job.
Wild.
Let me tell you about, I was explaining to Lux, I've had to put 2 2x4s across a pool that was filled and running, right?
Gosh.
put an A-frame on top of the 2x4s, an A-frame ladder, climb up the ladder, and work on a live like light fixture
Yeah.
above my head on a ladder on wood above a pool.
Yeah. No, you should have died there.
Electrical work. Like, I'm not risking my life.
You
with
should
what I'm
have died
doing
there.
now. Yeah, like, I'm not risking my life with what I'm doing now. You know, like.
No. Well, I mean, you are. Maybe just not to that extreme.
I don't feel that way until I see, like, a bullet hole at the post office window. And I'm like, oh, damn, that's right. There's gun violence here.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know.
That's scary.
Everybody on the security team's a head taller than me, and I'm a head taller than everybody on the street in Tucson, it feels like. So.
Well, then you're fine.
Yeah,
You're surrounded by great bodyguards.
They've hired exclusively Nephilim. Hit my radio. Get him! Come get him!
That's funny.
Hop in someone's arms.
Gosh.
Hold me, no.
Did you see? Speaking of, did you see the guy that ran up on stage during Dave Chappelle's line?
Got clobbered, man. Dave Chappelle meant it when he's no. You come up during my set, I'll smack you around. I said it too. Dave Chappelle meant it. Dave Chappelle meant it. You pop up on stage while I'm performing, I'll whoop that ass.
They carried that oh my gosh, that guy got carried on a gurney, and I was watching. I was like, holy shit, you know?
It was the dangly arm that got me. Like the arm was broken. Dude got his arm.
Like, I can't
broken.
tell you what he looks like, but I can tell you what his arm dangles like.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's what's burned into my brain.
It was full flamingoed. It was just full on flamingoed.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you'd first popped in, we were talking about midterm voting in Florida, but here's the thing about midterm voting in Florida. I don't really care. I don't really care.
I completely derailed it.
I'm glad you did. I don't really care about it.
Okay, good.
Florida news, it just keeps popping off on the channel. Like I could put on something from the UK and they're like, a Florida man I'm like, for real?
Yeah. Something weird happened in the UK, but it's a Florida man.
Am I just supposed to move to Florida? Because I've always been under the impression that Florida will sink in my lifetime.
That's what I've always heard. I believe it.
Yeah, I'm not going to move there. It's not going to be around by the time I'm an old man.
Mm-mm.
I can't retire there. It'll be ocean.
Yeah. But here we are.
And it wasn't climate change people that made me think that way. I don't know why I forget who. I think it must have been a kid. And somebody said, it'll be. My grandfather told me that or something as a kid.
You know what? So I
hope I'm wrong.
Dalton is, but I wish Dalton was here. One time him and I had a full conversation in junior high. We were in like 7th grade. And he was like, do you ever think that states are just going to fall into the ocean because too many people are there and it just gets too heavy?
I mean,
and I was in junior high, so I looked at him and went, maybe.
Maybe.
And we sat during the entire lunch period and had a conversation about, is it possible? Perhaps.
A lot of people in
we were dumb.
Parts of New York that might be stilted up. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm from the woods. I don't know how that works.
It was just funny because he looked at me so serious and said it, and I was like, first of all, eat your nuggets. Second of all, what?
Oh, man.
Where is he? He should be here.
I know. I need to get him in here. Question.
Yeah.
Speak your mind and freely. I sent an open invitation to Brandon Carter.
Oh.
And the ladies at the Cruelty podcast.
Yes.
Now, we go way back. Do you have any beef with either of those ladies? You can yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind then. Yeah, because I've never necessarily
I'll
had beef
happily
with
tell
them.
you about it.
Yeah, no, it's okay if you don't want to go there. But yeah, no, I never necessarily had beef with the lady I do know in there.
Yeah. I didn't either until I moved to Eureka.
Oh.
I had so much love for her, and I still do. I still love her.
Yeah.
But she go fuck me over.
Oh,
That's
really?
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? See,
Yeah, I have a no problem. Like, I say yes to everybody. If you need something, just ask me. I'll tell you yes, and I'll make it happen.
yep.
Don't. But, she asked me for help. I said yes, and then I got fucked over for it, you know?
Oh.
Not everybody who's been your friend for a long time stays your friend for a long time for a reason.
It's true. That's true. Well, people change. People go through shit, and when you become a peripheral element to some people, they will abuse it, and send you right back to where you have been the last years, and not mean anything to them. Yeah, that makes a little sense. Okay.
Yeah, I love her though. So I mean, even if she's around, if she wants to come hang out, she can.
Yeah.
I still love her, but I do. Yeah, I got some heavy beef with both of them actually.
Yeah, I notice when anybody's putting like a concerted effort into having like a digital or online presence, it's like, any bit of fortunate stuff that's happened to me with the algorithm, I'll gladly break off if I see someone trying, or like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like really happy about their plays, or like thinking about branching off into YouTube. It's like, come join the community. We've got viewers.
Yeah, we have a really beautiful community, and I think that put in the right hands, it's going to flourish like it has, or put into the wrong hands, it's going to get abused, and I don't want anybody to be in the same position that I was in.
Exactly. That's why I kind of ask, you know what I mean? Like before I go above and beyond, because even like hooking somebody up or like doing an interview with somebody is a little different than like, hey, come be on the Hangout, come do everything, come be in the Discord, like
right, yeah,
like which again, open invitation for anybody who wants to be in the Discord, but yeah,
of course.
it is our clique. it probably seems, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
These are our people. This is our family,
Yeah, it's not necessarily like, I don't know.
I don't really have any family to speak of. You guys are my family. Looking at you, Tripper. You're my family. Debbie, you're my family.
Yeah.
Ben, you're my family.
Damn straight. I managed to catch 3 out of 4 of these panelists just like mid-blink.
You did, yeah.
And I mean, blonde lady.
They all look really mad.
Yeah, which they should. Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Roe v. Wade.
Yeah,
which
that's true.
I said specifically at the top of the show I was going to let the ladies of the channel speak on that topic themselves. So if you want to just open the mic up and scream, just one sustained whole note scream,
probably
guttural primal scream, you're allowed. If there is, please be mad about it for me. I feel like enough old men have talked about it, so I'll let y'all. But keep in mind, you can derail me at any point and be like, fucking Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, I think it would just be an open mic scream at this point,
Yeah.
I don't need anybody telling me what I can't. What happened to the My Body, My Choice thing that everybody was yelling about whenever they were trying to push mask mandates?
Ooh.
Why is it not My Body, My Choice now?
Yeah.
Your fucking religion and your feelings, your emotions have no right in the room with me and my doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Barney.
What
You
up,
came in at a
Barney?
weird time. What's up?
Yeah, dude.
Yes, AJ Tripper, please do. I love your art.
Yes.
I love when people post their art. Makes me happy.
Everybody keep posting art. I do it. I'll blow y'all up with the merch line.
Yeah, I love it.
I'll blow you up with the merch line. It's still PayPal only. I don't know. I don't know why.
That's so weird. It protects you though.
Yeah. I mean,
PayPal has a chargeback, and they're pretty good about working with you.
I'll do more vibe stuff somewhere. I'll find a way. I'm actually going to start this. I'm going to start trying to order stuff from the Vibes line and just have it around.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe send some stuff out. But,
I need a boyfriend hoodie. That's what I need.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm married. I have a husband, but I still need a boyfriend hoodie.
Well, and it feels like if I could get, I don't know. like I've looked at the sizes everyone has ordered, so I'm like, okay, if I logically order like this, and this, I could probably run a giveaway, like from the desk, not have to rely on like the Suez Canal.
Yeah.
Which I desperately want. Barney, how have you been? Let us know in the chat, man. I follow you on Instagram, so I check out your grams all the time, by the way.
I'm always like lurking on your guys' shit. I hope you know that.
Yeah, if you guys follow us on social media, we'll follow back and creep your stuff.
Yeah.
Creep your stuff. We're your friends now.
Goth Tarot Angel and I have been ranting back and forth about this damn trial.
Oh, man.
That poor girl, she sleeps when I'm awake and I'm awake when she's sleeping. And so we just wake up to like 50 messages from each other, just like, did you see,
She lives that Australian life, man.
So lucky. It's beautiful there.
So lucky. She did post a picture of the beach, I believe, the other day.
Yeah, and she's gorgeous. So she's on the beach, and I'm like, that's not fair.
Yeah. It's like, that looks really fun. I really want to make a trip to the beach. But
the beach.
I say that the moment I walk out of this door, it kind of feels like I'm in a resort. Until I walk out the front door, then it feels like I'm in a big city. But like, this dope-ass apartment complex has like the most resorty little pool and palm tree area. Like, oh, okay, I'll just get in the pool. Fuck it. I feel like the beach pool, which miss having a bathtub.
I don't have a bathtub either. If it makes you feel better.
I like a bathtub. Yeah.
I have a 4-bedroom house, no bathtub.
Just standing showers?
Just a standing shower, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Luckily, I'm married to a plumber, so I'm like, oh hey, by the way, we're putting in a bathtub, and he's like, shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You have to. You got dogs. You got. You need it. You need it. You got yourself.
Yeah, we had to change the shower head because I had to bathe the dogs because it rained really hard a couple of weeks ago, and for some reason, my dog, the one who's white, likes to roll in the mud, and it's awful.
It's always the one that's hard to clean.
Such a shit.
I bet you that mimic would like Derek in the bathtub.
I bet. I don't blame him. He's cute.
I bet you that mimic would be excited.
He's a handsome man.
That's just canon on the stream now, by the way. The mimic in your house is trying to seduce your husband. Aggressively, it sounds like.
I'll just start to tell Derek that and see what he says. He's going to be like, what? No, stop it.
I don't know how y'all do it in your house, but it sounds like the mimic is like, get in here.
Get in here now.
Get in here.
It's demanding.
In your voice. Full in your voice. at your husband. That's I
sound like a child half the time, so.
We're going to need at least 2 homegirls to come back Arianthe up while she drags this mimic across her parking lot.
I will. I'll drag that bitch in the street.
Take her outside. Drag her across the street, dude.
We're going to throw it out in the front yard, just like we would back home.
Oh.
You just see me swinging at nothing in the front yard.
Oh, it's that scene from Moon Knight where they keep cutting to like what everyone else is seeing and what he's doing, and it's like he's just fighting something invisible.
Yeah, it'll be that.
It's like, no, she's dragging a mimic.
Just gotta wait until I pull my hair up and take my earrings off, then it's on.
Ooh, this is a street exorcism.
Jipper says it's not meth, I swear.
It's not meth, I swear. She's not hallucinating. No, that thing is real. No, it came after her man, dog. You don't understand. It's personal. Even the cops here would let this play out.
Oh my gosh. Our poor police force. We live in a small town, man. Oh, there's no telling what would happen.
There's a shaman that shows up and is like, we're gonna fucking burn some sage.
Right.
This is a whole.
I don't blame him.
We gotta. This shit's wild.
I keep telling Justin that he needs to come down and get rid of it. Justin, come down and get rid of it. Tell it to leave.
Oh, he got his wife. I was sure this is his best wife in the galaxy. That's cool, Elsie.
Aww.
That's adorable. Speaking of space, the title of the episode, Arianthe, I relapsed on Star Trek. Bad.
Oh no.
Like I'll fiend for it. I'll put it on for the entire day because there's enough that you could just leave it on a loop and keep watching engaging Trek to the point that you forgot about. You can now rewatch what you had watched to start with. But my current obsession is Star Trek Discovery because I wanted to watch the spin-off they've made, Strange New Worlds, I believe it's called. I haven't started it yet, but I'm finally on season 3 of Star Trek Discovery, and if nobody's watched it, I suggest you watch it. If you say it's not good Trek, your bar is unusually high for somebody who probably enjoys the original series cast member movies. I am far more satisfied with this high budget Star Trek Discovery than,
Someone's gonna try and fight you over that comment.
Yeah, than some of the high stakes dialogue between men and girdles. Now hear me out. Call me crazy for feeling like that. But I think maybe that could be a popular opinion.
Perhaps.
This is probably the most budget I've seen committed to a Star Trek series, these Star Trek series from Paramount Plus, and I'm having a great time. I just want more time in the universe, and I committed a long time ago. I've seen all of Voyager, Deep Space. If I had up to these new series, I had seen every second of Star Trek that you can see.
Oh.
And I can't let this happen. And I'm telling you, as somebody who's seen it all, genuinely seen it, it's good. It's also Star Trek. Like, it is Trek. Like, some people are like, this isn't Trek because blah, blah, blah. It's like, man, nah, dude. This is Trek. This is just as much Trek as Voyager was, or, The Search for Spock, which...
They're just... have a higher budget than the old stuff.
Yeah, far higher budget than the old stuff. And they don't rely on it either, like, is what's interesting. Like, they have this budget, they have these visual things they can do, but they're still genuinely making a prequel and sequel to Star Trek within one show. And it's interesting how they do it, in my opinion. Like, they still fall on very human interaction, like that. There is a big difference between Discovery and every other Star Trek series, and that's, it's not a procedural. It falls on procedural elements sometimes, but it's not a, space villain of the week. Like, it's one overarching plot. And while they might have to go other places and there's procedural stuff within a season, it's no 24 episode Star Trek season. It's like 16 episodes. It's a nice binge watch. Like, I put it on and Lux couldn't stop. Like, it's become our story. Speaking of wild, I was just talking about how I started Discovery and it's like now it's become your show.
Oh, I love Discovery.
See?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's great.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm hungry.
You better eat.
Yeah.
Me too.
You better eat. I'm starting to
I wish I was closer. I'd just be like, Lex, let's go. Let's go get lunch.
Everybody says hello.
Hello.
Debbie, Arianthe. Go. Oh, you should eat the rest of that.
Lex and Derek walked in the door at the same time. That was so funny.
That's wild. Oh, but like...
They both walked in. I was like, whoa.
It's a very engaging show, though. Star Trek, man. I like this disco.
I agree.
Yeah, like...
Oh, here's Justin. Hi, Justin.
See, Justin, that's what I'm saying. Like, it drove me nuts when it first came out, some of the hate that it got. And
Wonder why.
I didn't understand any of it because I watched it. Maybe it's because I didn't get to watch a lot of the older stuff as it came out. I started watching Star Trek as an adult.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't watch it growing up.
Well, see, and I don't know, our perspective is still just as much just as okay, so I had watched original series and Next Generation in syndication growing up, but I didn't fall deep into the Trekkiedom until that damn J.J. Abrams movie. I won't lie, that did kind of reinvigorate my love for Trek, so maybe I am on the side of it's okay to do Trek with the budget, guys.
I got pulled to watch that with a girl in high school or just out of high school or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what actually got me to start rewatching a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah.
So people can complain about it all they want, but it's getting people to watch the old stuff, so they really shouldn't complain.
It's keeping it alive, so.
Yeah. And I've seen Nimoy from the distance. Nimoy, Disco in season 3 brings Spock they cast a new Spock, and heard a lot of hate about that, but boy do I like it. Okay. I will take anything with Spock. Again, I've seen the dude mind meld with a humpback whale. How is this worse than that? How is this worse than the one where they go back to the 80s? It's
That's fair. That's a fair argument.
Or Owen's least favorite.
Oh, you kind of went R2D2 on me there.
He really did. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. Say that one more time for us.
The 80s episodes of sci-fi shows are always my least favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in
the episode of Voyager where they go back to the 90s and hang out with Sarah Silverman. That's a weird one, too. That's Voyager is sometimes Trek at its worst. It has the worst rated episode of all Trek within Voyager, and
I don't want to derail. I really don't. I love this conversation, but why the fuck did they try and push Sarah Silverman on us so hard?
Yeah. Gen X they are jaded. And
lords, if you will.
We better be careful because when they're old, they might vote her in as president. So I don't know. It was all the Gen X age comedians that kind of took over behind the scenes that really propped her up too, and really made it. And I will say the Sarah Silverman program, show, whatever the fuck it was called, was great. That was a funny show.
Yeah. That was fine, but we put her in every movie. We had her in every music video. Everyone was like, "Love Sarah," and I'm like, "I did before you started this."
Yeah, we didn't she's in Trek. She was in a bunch of shit. She's always on late night. It felt like too, and then she ended up dating Kimmel.
Yeah.
It was with Kimmel for forever. It felt like
So Man Show.
That's right. Yeah. So she's inescapable. But we better be careful. Gen X, when they're old, they might do what they did with Trump, what the baby boomers did with Trump. They might put Sarah Silverman in there.
No.
Who knows? You gotta be careful with them.
Oh no!
You gotta fucking watch it. they're like,
sure if that'll be better or worse.
I mean, if she, I don't know. Everyone gets a cat. It's but I'm allergic. She's like, no, you get a new cat.
You have to love it anyway.
You have to. And everyone jams my comedy records.
Have to let it sleep in your bed.
Yeah. She delivers her addresses through musical comedy.
Oh God.
David Cross and Bob Odenkirk is really high-ranking officials, so they have to come out and talk all the time, but it just turns into Mr. Show bits. Guys, please run the nation, and they're we're running it fantastically.
It started out with you relapsed on Star Trek, and now it's Sarah Silverman for president. I'm so sorry.
Don't give those Gen Xers ideas. I didn't mean to put that out there. Guys, don't. Guys, don't.
Not like what you did.
Guys, don't.
Oh no! Now this show is going to be claimed to predicting the future, just like Simpsons was with Trump.
We're the Simpsons
Oh.
now.
Oh, hey guys, who knows what the Mormon chroniclers are doing with this ship? They, we could already get stashed like that.
Oh no!
Maybe we already have a cult that we don't know about.
It's just in the government.
Yeah.
They're listening to our show and they're going, "Oh shit, that's a good idea." And then it's gonna be all your fault that Sarah Silverman gives all of her addresses to the country.
We end up
in a
owing her.
leotard.
We end up owing her royalties, and it's like, hey, you get a news bureau now. Like, I don't want a news bureau. Like, yeah, you're the main propaganda chief for the Silverman camp. Like, no,
Oh, great.
no, I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man,
It's gonna be all your fault. It's gonna be my fault. I'm the one who mentioned it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I've got so much musical material to go through. I should have spent my morning doing this and then rolling the stream on time, but everybody's shown up, so maybe I'll do that this evening and let Lux get comfy and have her workspace back. I'm streaming from her workspace. I've hijacked it.
Oh no. I see her boots in the background, and I'm gonna come steal those.
You see those boots? Those are pretty slick, huh?
I love those. Every time she wears them, I'm like, I'm gonna steal those.
Yeah, your boots are sick.
Now I know where
Lux.
she keeps.
Thank you.
Yeah, your boots
They
are
wear
hella
the
sick.
same size. I want her boots.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go get my own, but why? When I can just take them off the shelf.
So Justin seen Disco. Arianthe, you should check it out if you're a Star Trek fan.
Beautiful.
It's a great show. Let me tell you. Elson said parallel universe, and it made me think about the mirror dimension, like the mirror universe plot for Discovery.
Yeah.
And it's actually, I like what they do with it. I really like what they do with it, but I will take all the Michelle Yeoh I can get.
I think that's one of the better alternate reality episodes I've seen in a Star Trek.
Thank you. Yes, it is one of the better alternate reality episodes. Like, there's a genuine, like, in Lux, who's like was new to the series, when they do like the big reveal of who the Emperor is in the mirror universe, Lux audibly gasped, like was like, like, you know, right there, like that's writing. That's what it's. That's, you did it. Prompt executed. Like, you're not just shocked, you're excited. You can hear it in a gasp. It's gotta be that good. It's gotta be that good.
I don't know if you talked about this yet or not, but have you watched Picard yet?
I haven't. That's where I'm probably gonna start tonight. I was gonna start. Okay, so I'm on season 3 of Discovery, and I'm like 3 episodes deep, and I am in love with what's going on.
I didn't even know it was out yet.
It's so good. Because I've been waiting for like 2 years now to kind of find out what happened at the end of season 2, and I don't know what made me, what hit my, oh yeah, it's stupid. Lux mentioned wanting to find a book, and I was like, it's Star Trek time. This is this is where it's at, and it's our nighttime kind of on the couch show. Man,
I love it.
what was I just talking about? Oh, the spin-offs. Why I haven't started Picard yet is because I got so swept up with where Disco is. But once we put it on, we'll probably watch 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Like it just stays on. Like we can't turn it off.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, it's one of those that they and they even do you the courtesy of cliffhangering every other episode, like not cliffhangering every other episode, so you can stop, but you don't want to.
That's better.
Yeah, it's like a sleeve of Oreos. It's ridiculous. You just and so I'm hoping I get the same sensation from Picard and Strange New Worlds. The spin-off with Pike and Spock. We get more time on the Enterprise, and I'm excited to see that. It looks like it's going to be a procedural. It looks like we're on the Enterprise. And I like Anson Mount as Pike. I really do. Everybody knew the fate of Pike, like what happens to Pike in Star Trek. Like he's going to end up a melty abomination stuck to a chair and communicating through beeps. But, being able to see like the man who built the Reputation is like one of the best captains in Starfleet history in action at his peak,
Yeah.
the first time you really get to like see that. And I dig it, dude. Dude did a charming ass performance. Oh. Larry the Cable Guy. I could see.
Oh gosh.
Okay, the Obi-Wan series. I am honestly a little shocked Obi-Wan's accent. Like he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know.
I always get nervous when they do these.
Yeah.
I always get so nervous for spin-offs and stuff like that because you can do either really well or you can really fuck them up. And you're going to make a whole genre fandom of people really mad.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Obi-Wan.
Especially one that people have been specifically asking for since Disney bought.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've been people have been asking for an Obi-Wan spin-off since before Disney.
Yeah.
They've been asking the same thing for like about Boba Fett, and I think the success of The Mandalorian made probably Kathleen Kennedy, from what I've read, kind of the head of the Star Wars camp of things at Disney, really kind of, for lack of a better phrase, blow her load. Like she just kind of. You get this, and you get this, and you get this, and you get this. Everyone gets a new Lexus, and it's like, but nobody. We all drove here, like we alone. We can't take the Lexus home, and I don't know. It's just like the Boba Fett series was like. I don't know. There were like 3 episodes that were really great to watch. Everything else I could give a nut about. If you, The Mandalorian is great, but season 2 you really start feeling those filler episodes.
Yeah. All of a sudden it became like, why are we still running down Snake Way?
Yeah, like they're exactly
That's
like
a
Snake
Dragon
Way
Ball
and Dragon Ball
reference,
Z.
if anybody's ever watched
Yes,
it.
that's a perfect reference too, like Snake Way and Dragon Ball Z.
I think it was like 12 episodes. I think it may have been 10, but he just ran down Snake Way for the entire season.
Oh, when they did Dragon Ball
Like
Kai.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh shit, Tripper, really?
Yes, like Lord of the
Sorry.
Rings. Yeah. Oh, she's getting cross-examined.
I'm
Let's
fucking
go.
here for this. I've been waiting for this
man.
for 2 weeks.
Should we put it on?
Yes.
Let's put it on.
Let's wreck her.
Not that
I hate.
Yep. Let's put her on. Here we go. I got her.
Mr. Depp donated $100,000 of the divorce settlement directly to the ACLU. Is that right?
Your man's back on YouTube Premium.
Right at the beginning of the divorce settlement, he donated $100,000 to each charity on my behalf or towards my contribution.
So $100,000
to each.
To the ACLU.
And to
Your clothes say Vulcan Science Academy. Your attitude says Romulan High Command.
Pay the divorce settlement directly to you instead of the charities, right?
Trek humor, guys. Get ready for it.
Pay me directly. It was not his money as per the settlement agreement to give away and reap a tax benefit from. I said if he wants to do it and give to charity all of a sudden, then he should pay the correct amount and not try to get a big tax break for it. So effectively for his tax bracket, he should be paying double that amount to the charity directly. And if he wanted to pay the charity directly, he could. He could do that, was fine with me, but he would need to pay the adjusted amount.
What?
Ultimately, the rest of the $7 million divorce settlement was paid directly to you, right?
Over time, yes.
Tripper says Dr. Evil. That is a Dr. Evil outfit.
For real.
That is correct. He paid the installments to me.
Get
You
her.
stopped that from happening, didn't you?
I don't understand what your question is. I'm sorry.
You stopped Mr. Depp from paying the charities that you had named directly.
That is incorrect. I said if you want to pay the charities directly, pay the adjusted amount, or pay as per our agreement in the settlement or in the divorce, as per our agreement.
You also
And he
publicly
chose to do the former. not the latter. I mean, the other way around.
You also publicly stated that the $7 million divorce settlement should be paid to the charities immediately in full, right?
If he wanted to pay it in the way that he was suggesting, yes.
And you said publicly that the payments to the charities should not be drawn out over many years, right?
I said that I don't recall the exact words that I used, but basically that he shouldn't use this as a novel interest in getting a tax break. That if he wanted to do that and not pay me the
Oh, she was the moral backbone of the charity situation.
Right. Make it.
She
That
wasn't.
still hasn't been paid, by the way.
She wasn't taking notes on financial benefit or anything. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, grab some tea. I'm gonna let this roll. Oh my gosh.
Of the $7 million divorce settlement as soon as you received it from Mr. Depp. Isn't that right?
No, I was going to be receiving it in installments, and I would be paying in installments the donations.
In fact, you released a statement in response to Mr. Depp's $100,000 donations to the ACLU and CHLA, didn't you?
I don't recall.
Let's see if we can refresh your recollection. If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1260. This is an article entitled Amber Heard and Johnny Depp Row Over Divorce Donations. And if I could direct your attention to where it says, I believe it's on the second page. Her spokeswoman responded in a statement. The language that follows the statement you released.
Hearsay, spokeswoman, it's not her.
A spokesperson is an exception, Your Honor. You want to come forward?
Oh, geez.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
You released a statement
May we approach again?
Okay.
Oh gosh, here we go again.
Just casually in sunglasses in court, huh?
Oh yeah, for the whole time,
The whole
pretty
time.
much.
Yeah, the whole time.
He did it while he was on the stand. While he was on the stand, he had him off.
Yeah. Which is understandable, but I wonder if he's like their prescription. Like
I could see him doing that.
I've got a light sensitivity.
Purple sunglasses.
What species of light sensitivity do you think I have? His like kind of almost fascination I've noticed from what I've observed with like asking what species something, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like this Hunter S. Thompson kind of thing kind of never left him.
No, it really did. They were such good friends too.
Oh, I kept showing Lux anything I could that like is on YouTube of the two of them together talking about each other. I wish I could find the footage of him reading their old faxes back and forth. Because that, you know, my father and I occasionally communicate like that.
Right?
Call him the Colonel.
I just call him Pops.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's taco night tonight. If you want. Or whatever you want.
All right, just please turn your microphone on. I'm sorry.
Ground beef tonight. You mind turning on the kitchen light?
Your Honor, they gave me a redacted, but I don't have the unredacted to be able to see the full.
I plan to admit it, or ask that it be admitted in redacted form. I'm taking away.
Use the kitchen light as my ring light now.
The foundation, but this is a statement she released.
Big
through
ballin'.
How would I know whether there's more to it that shouldn't be redacted, Your Honor, if I don't see the full document?
I'm convinced that by the end of this, Amber's gonna explode on the stand. Just explode.
Yeah.
Look at her face. She's so mad.
Her attorneys are such hot garbage.
They are.
As to whether this is a full statement.
Her PR team did horrible. They did no spin during the Amber Turd debacle.
Yeah.
We can pull it up on our computers.
Okay.
Just give us a moment, Your Honor.
Right.
I can represent this is the full statement that's reported.
Give her an opportunity to look at the unredacted one.
They're throwing a fit over a statement that was made through her spokesperson.
Yeah.
If
Meanwhile,
you order it through a spokesperson, what?
the stocks hit the the value of his shares for his little private production company are probably fucking gonna soar. Like,
Probably.
I'm sure people are jumping in as best they can. Like, please make a movie.
Yeah.
They're like, the moment he wins this, we're gonna fucking give him options. We're gonna option films for him to produce.
Yeah. That would be great.
The first 3 of Boba was great. See, I'm talking about like the last 3 episodes of Boba Fett were great. Elson, I really liked. I don't know.
That's what I heard that too, Chipper. She really said that big old chunk of poop came from a Yorkie.
No way.
Yeah, she did. She was like, "Well, why would I pull a prank like that? Because I didn't think Johnny was coming back.
Yeah.
It's his fucking penthouse.
Yeah.
It's his house.
It's his house. You knew what you were doing.
Right.
You knew what you were doing. You took a cocaine-fueled dookie on your man's bed. You know what you did.
On his side of the bed. How convenient.
I'm going to need forensic analysis if there's a photo of it compared to the average size of a Yorkie's poo.
Right.
And the vet records from their probably very well taken care of Yorkies to prove that it was not constipated.
As of right now.
Right. It was a Yorkie-sized shit.
Because you did that, Miss Heard. You are now known as Amber Turd.
Forever. It's forever now.
Her child, man. The fact that she is a mother kind of freaks me out.
Yeah. So anyone and everyone that wears makeup in this stream right now, I want to ask you, do you wash your face, put your moisturizer on, put your foundation on, and then put on your sunscreen and use a color corrector, or am I just fucking crazy? Because that's the way she does her makeup, apparently. Lux, come here.
Yeah, Lux. This might be a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Weird makeup question.
Yeah, weird makeup question. So the way Amber said that she does her routine, her makeup routine every day is she washes her face, she puts on a tinted moisturizer, and then she puts on her foundation and her sunscreen and her color corrector. Is that how you would do it?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So the sunscreen.
So you wake up in the morning, and you wash your face.
sunscreen part is what
says
bothers me.
Woman responded.
Yeah.
The language that follows.
I don't really wear a whole lot of makeup, but I would definitely moisturize and like sunscreen first.
You release
Yeah.
And then let
It
that
goes
dry.
under the foundation.
Yeah, like let it set, and then go with foundation.
Okay.
But even before the foundation, would you use the color corrector first?
And the language that follows is the statement you released.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
response to Mr.
Yeah.
Depp's donations.
Not Amber. No.
I don't know if this
Yeah, no, because the color corrector has, that has to go under the foundation too, because that's the whole point.
That's why she's so poorly sculpted on her cheekbones.
Please read that to yourself.
It's because she's not contouring at in the right steps. I just out myself as having known something about makeup.
Well, it's okay because Paranormal Elson doesn't have sound. Does anybody else have sound?
Yes.
Should have sound.
You read all the way to
Let's
the
see.
very bottom where it
Yeah, it's weird.
supported.
I could hear it.
Got sound.
Well, okay.
He's back.
Okay, good.
Well, I will say
It was just very strange. And then she...
Released through your spokeswoman.
you can kind of tell she kind of has a greasy membrane of makeup
and the ACLU.
Well,
over her.
so I have a theory,
What
right?
my statement was.
You know
I
all
don't
the
disagree
pictures
with
she
anything
has
in
of
the
her
statement,
bruised
but I
cheeks?
just simply
Oh, yes.
I really feel like they're filler bruises.
going to move to admit.
I'm wondering if,
Overrule the objection.
it'd be really easy to do that with her cheekbones.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
It would be really easy to do that. And
So if she put fillers in her cheekbones like that, it would bruise.
yeah.
In supporting two of her favorite charities.
Yeah.
The ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union for
Ooh.
Domestic Violence,
Ooh.
and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. This is great and unexpected news.
Damn.
And it
That's my
continues.
theory anyway.
I think you might be onto something. I mean, they could
Well,
solve
her
that.
cheekbones have drastically changed since she first started, dating him even.
I think the judge could warrant for her medical records to see if there was a procedure anywhere near that time,
Yeah.
and they could know. But I think they'd have to keep that element somewhat closed, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because of HIPAA.
Over many years.
Mhm.
Maybe. I don't know how that would work. That's a question for Jameson.
Yeah, where the hell is James?
I don't know. We need to check on Jameson. I hope he's okay.
By half under the
I don't know if he left the Discord or not. I don't really pay attention to the come and go anymore. But
know.
hopefully he didn't.
Did I read
Doesn't look like it.
Yes.
Okay. He's been inactive. We all went on hiatus.
Yeah.
We all
After this, you kept commenting
took
about
a
the
break.
donation of your divorce settlement, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay. You spoke about donating
What?
your divorce settlement on a Danish TV show,
Uh.
correct?
I believe I said I had. I believe I said I donated it to charity, but it was already.
What did you tell these Danes?
Commented on and stated in the press. I had already.
Tell us now. What'd you tell these Danes?
I can tell you.
In the press.
Hey, oh shit, you watched the source material, didn't you?
I did. I actually, the timeline I sent you, there's a link of it in there.
I fucking knew it.
If we could please.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, we are gonna crush this fucking true crime series we do with about this.
Be moved into evidence.
That whole timeline has links to everything.
It has hearsay, it contains other communications with other individuals.
Your Honor, if we may approach very briefly.
Tripper said I did one on my arm. Pranked my mom. Remember giving myself a black eye with makeup when I was 10 years old. Yeah, Debbie. See, I what if she did that? What if, man? That's a hell of an accusation
do you want to hear a
to throw
funny
out there,
story?
but it's believable.
So today, whenever Amber was giving her testimony, she called her color correcting kit, she called it her bruise kit.
See?
And I was like, yeah, man, you can definitely make a bruise look real with that thing.
Yeah. She's like, no, because I cover my bruises with it. Like, man, you cut this guy's finger off.
Well, and then she changed her story and said that wasn't the exact color correction kit that she used. Even though it was in the opening testimony, it was this kit, this exact kit right here. They said it many times, this kit right here. But then
The relevance of it is the fact that she kept the specific one because it was emotionally traumatic. Like, now that evidence means nothing, Amber.
yeah, well, and then the makeup company came out and was like, no, that kit didn't even come out until after you guys were divorced. So
Yep. So piss off with that Amber turd. That's not
right. If the UK doesn't get her for perjury, I'm gonna be so shocked.
watching her a few years. We're gonna have American Crime Story, Depp v. Heard.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. I hope there's an episode just titled The Turd. We get crazy dramatic flashbacks. Johnny
The
Depp.
turd.
Who took a shit in this bed? And she's like, it wasn't me. Somebody took a shit in this bed.
At that point, they're gonna do DNA analysis on it.
What species of living being would take a shit in my bed? It's like, dude, that one right there. She's dressed like Dr. Evil. You can't miss her. Thank you, Tripper, for that. She does that.
Yeah.
Dr. Evil is the vibe.
Well, now I can't unsee it. It's
Yeah. Like
there should be a Mr. Bigglesworth in her lap.
Yeah. This has been by far one of my favorite eras of Johnny Depp's looks. I gotta say, he's been killing it with the suits, the ponte, as we say in Appalachia.
Please play and publish to the jury Plaintiff's Exhibit 346.
346 in evidence.
And actually were all kinds of accusations.
Yes.
Your way when you said all this, and then there was a divorce.
It's on VLC.
Dollars. People were saying this is all about
Get 'em.
money. But then you did something that twisted that whole argument. What did you do with that money?
$7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
ACLU is a human rights organization.
Sorry, ACLU is a prominent organization, nonprofit organization in the United States. It's called the American Civil Liberties Union, and they work on behalf of marginalized communities on the ground and in legislative reform.
Right.
And
well, more power to you, because that's something that I've never heard
I wanted nothing.
I wanted
Smug ass.
nothing.
A smug ass
was in
face.
October of 2018, right, Ms. Heard?
I don't recall when it was.
It was in 2018, right, Ms. Heard?
I don't remember when this was done.
She's like, I was tired.
After you had received the full $7 million of your divorce settlement for Mr. Depp, wasn't it?
Again, without knowing when it was recorded, I have no idea.
Confess up.
Oh my
$7 million
God.
settlement was paid to you in full by February of 2018, right?
That's correct.
We just saw the tape.
Let's take a look at Defendant's Exhibit 1458, which is already in evidence.
His team's gonna shred her. It's almost gonna be sad to watch.
This is
Almost.
the deal point memorandum from your divorce settlement, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot.
If we go down to the bottom of page 4, there's a heading labeled Equalization Payment. Do you see that?
Yes.
And underneath that, it outlines a payment schedule for the divorce payments, correct?
Yes.
Well, it begins to. And if we go on page 5,
What you
so
actually
the first
got?
payment is scheduled for August 31st, 2016, and that's $200,000, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Mr. Depp's accountant, Edward White, testified that he made that payment directly.
You got to turn on your microphone, Ms. Berderhoff. I'm not going to hear you.
Objection to her testifying to what Mr. White testified to. That.
Okay.
It's a actual. He literally testified to it in court.
I'll overrule objection.
Thank you. Edward White testified that he made.
What an idiot!
He literally testified to it in court.
I believe so, yes.
He was in court and he
the
said
rest of the
this. What do you
payments were all
mean?
made to you, weren't they?
That is correct.
And the final payment of $2.3 million is on February 1st, 2018, right?
The final payment, yes.
And you were here in court when Mr. White testified that the payments were all made on schedule.
I'm going to object to her testifying to what Mr. White testified to. It's
Overrule the
improper.
objection. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What?
And you were here in court when Mr. White testified that the payments were all made on schedule, right?
I don't believe they were. He might have
That's
testified
not my
to
question, Ms. Heard. My question was, you were here in court when Mr. White testified under oath that all the payments were made on schedule.
I was here every day in court. I heard his testimony, yes.
Okay.
Well, then how do you not know?
So back to October of 2018, this was before
Because she was over there doodling.
for defamation, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
He didn't sue you until
Make
after
sure the
the
ticket
op-ed came
scanners
out
made
in
it back on
December
those
of
charges.
2018, right?
He sued me in 2019.
And the op-ed came out in December of 2018.
That is correct.
So in October of
Love you,
2018,
dude.
you had received your entire $7 million divorce settlement. You would agree with me.
We're not running a venue from the shadows. Don't worry about
You
it.
hadn't yet been sued by Mr. Depp.
This is October. Correct.
So in this October 2018 interview, you said that you had, quote, donated, end quote, your entire divorce settlement to charity, right?
That's correct.
She
And in fact, your exact
But you
words
did
were,
not.
quote, 7 million
And still
in total
hasn't.
was
And
donated
we've
to
already
the
proven
split
that.
between the
Mr. Heard.
Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote. Right?
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing, end quote.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But you hadn't donated your entire $7 million settlement to charity at that point, had you?
That's incorrect.
Why?
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the
Ms. Heard,
settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
I'm telling you, she's gonna explode.
Yeah.
Please.
Not my
Try to
question.
answer my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million, donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another.
But they're not.
Ms. Heard, I don't
They're
use
not.
it synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully,
Oh.
that's not my question.
Oh,
As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU. Yes or no?
I have not yet.
And as of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, correct?
I have not yet. Johnny sued me.
So as of today,
Oh,
you have
blame
not
him.
donated,
Yeah, she did.
paid $7 million of your divorce settlement to charity, right?
I have not been able to fulfill those obligations yet.
Oh, but and it's his fault.
Did want something, didn't you?
I didn't want anything, and I didn't get anything.
You wanted Mr. Depp's money.
Didn't get it. Wasn't interested in it. I loved Johnny. That's why I was with him.
You wanted praise for donating the money, right?
That's
She's
incorrect.
trying to abuse
You
him
wanted the
now.
press.
Yeah.
In general, one does want good press, yes.
You wanted to seem altruistic publicly.
Wasn't my interest. My interest is in my name and clearing my name. And at the time, I was being called a liar, and my motives were being questioned. I
So
did
not
see it as
altruism.
important to
Exactly.
clear that up.
But
I
you
wanted
clearly
to be
were
seen there
trying
make sure
to.
that there was not any doubt that I couldn't be labeled these things just because Johnny was a bigger star and had more publicity reach.
You wanted to remind everyone of your claims of domestic violence against Mr. Depp, right?
No, I wanted to move on with my life.
You wanted to make those claims seem believable.
They are believable. They were
You wanted
believable.
them to be seen, you wanted to be seen, as a noble victim of domestic violence,
I
didn't
have
you?
never wanted to be seen as a victim. Nor have I ever called myself one.
You testified under oath that, quote, the entirety of your divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote, didn't you?
That's correct. I pledged the entirety.
Did that? No.
My questions. Your counsel will have time to redirect you after. You testified under oath, quote, the entirety of your divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote.
That is correct. I pledged the entirety.
I'm going to move to strike everything after yes.
All right.
No. Ms. Hurt, this is really...
The reality of it is donate
Sustain
and
the
pledge
objection.
are not the
Let's
same
move forward.
thing,
Let us
bitch.
move forward. Next question.
Under oath, that statement wasn't true, was it, Ms. Heard?
I'm sorry, I don't follow your question. Sorry.
What?
You testified under oath,
God.
quote, the entirety of my divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote. That statement wasn't true.
It is true. I pledged the entirety to charity.
The statement...
When you say you buy a house, you don't pay
Ms.
for the
Heard,
entire
Ms.
house
Heard,
at one time.
respectfully,
You pay it
I'm
over
not asking,
time.
Ms. Heard.
All right. Next question.
God.
Thank you. That statement isn't true today, as you sit here today, is it?
It is true. I pledged the entirety.
But
to
you didn't
charity.
donate it.
Unfortunately,
You didn't donate it. It's a yes or no.
I haven't been able to to fulfill those
So that's a no,
obligations.
right, Ms. Heard?
I made the pledge. I want to be very clear. I pledged the entirety. I haven't been able to fulfill those pledges because I've been sued.
You had all of the $7 million for 13 months before Mr. Depp sued you, and you chose not to pay it to the charities
That's right.
you pledged it to. Is that correct, Ms.
I
Heard?
disagree with your characterization of that.
Let's look at your sworn testimony from the UK.
Oh man.
She's getting eaten alive and we're 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be great to watch. I mean, awful.
But oof. This is already so rough, like the way her character appears because of her hostility, and it's
She's very hostile, and that's very telling.
she is unable to answer any question with any form of accountability on herself.
Probably good light.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
That is tough.
Yeah.
I feel like I drop at least 3 my bads a day.
Yeah.
Nothing else to say. My bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like you have
This is,
to.
your third witness statement that you submitted in the UK action, right, Ms. Heard?
Correct.
And this statement was made under oath, true?
That is true.
I'm directing your attention to the last page of that statement. That's your signature, right?
Yes, it is.
So you made the sworn statement on February 26, 2020.
That's correct.
And directing your attention to paragraph 4. It says, quote, I remained financially independent from him the whole time we were together, and the entire amount of my divorce settlement was donated to charity, end quote.
That is correct.
Did I read that correctly?
Yes, you did.
So you lied under oath.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Most of the money that was donated to the ACLU and CHLA in your name came from someone else. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Well, at least $500,000 that was donated to the ACLU in your name wasn't paid by you, right?
Ooh.
I believe Elon made a donation in my honor on one of the years.
Yeah, and it didn't come out of your $7 million divorce settlement, right?
No, nor did it count towards my pledge.
And at least $500,000 that was donated to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles in your name wasn't paid by you either.
Right, those were made at the same time.
And it didn't come out of your $7 million divorce settlement.
Nor did it count to my 3.5 obligation.
Those $500,000 payments came from your new boyfriend, Elon Musk, right?
I don't know if he was a new boyfriend at the time.
What?
You got him to pay part of what you promised to these two charities.
You mean this man just dropped $1 million
Because you
for you and you
sum
weren't fucking
of
him?
$7 million.
I mean, or had been for a long time. Like,
Right.
what's the deal? Who are you being mean to by saying that?
Okay, that's fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll stop here for the evening. Remember tonight.
Oh, man.
We'll discuss the case with everybody. I know these days are a little longer, and I appreciate your patience and your taking care of everything here. Please take care of yourself tonight, okay? And we'll see you in the morning at 9 a.m.
I'll be here, Judge.
We'll be here, I suppose. I will be working, but
I'll be right here. So if any of the Murkies want to come into the Discord and chit chat with me about this shit as it happens live,
yes.
I'm here for it.
I plan on doing True Crime and Chat Savile tomorrow, so
All right.
yeah, stick around. I'll be here in the afternoons after that. But yeah, hang out with Arianthe. You guys talk about it.
All right, we'll see you at 9 o'clock.
Yes. Follow me on social media. You can chit chat with me how Goth Tarot Angel and I do. Or you can just message me in Discord. Because I love this shit.
This is so ridiculously juicy. So ridiculously juicy.
He just admitted to perjury.
Yeah, I mean, she's just still refuses to take any accountability for anything. She throws him out there. She throws love out there. She's doing all these things that really, really, really kind of trigger me in a way that's like, man, you are the worst. You're the
Farted,
worst.
yeah.
Like, and to have genuinely defamed him.
Yeah.
Like, she is the reason that Warner Brothers pulled out, which is weird because
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is hardly the, clean,
The
worried
epitome
about
of healthy.
Yeah, like I don't. It'd be different if it was Disney or something. I don't know. Yes, Debbie, I'm very much
Disney.
excited about it. I am going to be out of work by this time tomorrow is my plan. So I don't think I have chairs or anything to do. So just I will be here a little bit late for you. Hopefully not. I don't know. Forget the time differential. Debbie, but Debbie, I need you riding with me for Savile because
Mm-hmm.
I know you probably, I mean, it would have been more of a face than he was for me, but like he was genuinely not what he is now when I was a kid. Like
Yeah.
public image wise, he was what he, he is what he is. He's a predator, but such a tough story. Hey, look what I have pulled up here. This is the new MURKradio Pillar, right? Pillar is a website in which you can host all of your links and things like that, right?
Kind of like a link tree?
Yeah, just like a link tree. We have so many deals. I've just been kind of gathering deals for everybody. We've got BarkBox still as a sponsor. We've got NordVPN, Deathwish Coffee, Battery Ship, and Gamefly. You guys, if anybody's looking to rent a game, needs a new battery for their phone or laptop, wants some coffee, needs a VPN, you want to buy a treat for your dog, hit up the Pillar, right? But my favorite thing about what I've got going on with Pillar right now is down here at the bottom. I have my music on Spotify right here available for you guys. Boom. It's my top tracks, my most listened to music on Spotify. So let's say you don't want to hit this bottom link and buy some merch or you're a little strapped for cash, but you do have time and you need some background noise. Please jam my tunes. Jam my tunes.
That's what I do.
It's it helps me out tremendously.
Hayden uses it whenever he studies. So like he'll turn on MURKradio and just sit and study.
Oh, that's really sweet to hear.
He loves it.
But we're on Spotify. No talking content. It's just my instrumental music on Spotify. So if you want to hear the music I've been talking about, it's right here on this link tree. The link is in the description. Pillar.io/MURKradio. Check it out. Get you a deal. Get you some merch. We got that merch link here at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
What's good? You better load merch link. Ooh. Look at it. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to get this tie-dye. I'm going to get a tie-dye this weekend, probably. I'm really excited about it.
Me too.
I'm really excited about it. It's summertime, guys. Dress colorful. That's my favorite thing to do when I can. I have all black clothing right now, and it's driving me nuts. It's almost a necessity back home, All right. What do we got here? What's going on with NBC News?
Back to Buffalo now, and more on that massacre there and how officials are looking.
Did you hear about the story from Buffalo, Arianthe?
I did. Even more so, this was streamed on Twitch.
Oh.
And my ass thought it was Call of Duty.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. It made me give it's really making me reevaluate Twitch again.
Yeah.
They got to do something.
I noticed pretty quickly because it was me and my kids. And, I turn on something, just watch streamers play.
Yeah.
And we were shuffling through and it became like a top video.
Oof.
And I was like, this looks real. And then boom, news broke and I was like, oh shit.
Can't. Like it's the fact that it went on as long as it did, I guess, on Twitch is pretty shocking. There's some other details in this that kind of shook me and stood out from other, rage acts like this. And, typically when you hear that something happens in a supermarket, it's that person's community, or he works there, or he's, has some horrible relationship with the employees there. This one, he lived in Conklin, drove all the way to Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's 200 miles. And
He had nothing to do with this space except for it was in a, predominantly minority neighborhood.
yeah, which is, and here's the thing, for the state that he's in, if we're talking Buffalo, New York, what made him bookmark that spot? What's going on here? There's something more to his motive. I assume he left a manifesto. There's something up. There's something going on with this individual in the realm of derangement that is atypical. Like, even for the type of crime he just committed.
Right.
What was that?
He did leave a manifesto, from what I understand.
Yeah, that was a shot in the dark. I figured he did. I would have imagined that somebody there's motive. There's a reason.
Yeah, people who commit crimes like this want you to know why they did it.
Yeah. So I'm assuming race related. Justin, is that what we're hearing from the manifesto? Okay. Why this area? What happened? What's going on? What's the deal? Why? I want to know. But let's see what NBC's saying.
Looking into a document, a
live.
manifesto. Apparently,
okay, cool. They're talking about the manifesto.
Oh, look at that.
This white supremacist lie known as the Great Replacement. It's a conspiracy based on a totally false idea that people of color, Jewish people, Muslim people, that they're all trying to get rid of anybody who's basically not of white European descent. It's not just Buffalo. This is a white supremacist ideology that has influenced several big mass shootings, not just in the U.S., but around the world. So we're breaking down what it is and how it's gotten more popular.
The racist conspiracy, now known as the Great Replacement, has its roots in France, popularized by a contemporary writer, Renaud Camus. In his writings, Camus pushes lies about non-white immigrants wanting to make white Europeans extinct, according to the Anti-Defamation League. Basically, it's a core tenet of white supremacist ideologies. And as the National Immigrant Forum advocacy group explains, it's got a few main elements, including rhetoric about invasion by people of color, lies about so-called voter replacement, and anti-Semitism. The conspiracy has been referenced a lot, like at Charlottesville. And these white supremacist lies have influenced people who have taken hundreds of lives. 77 in Norway from a far-right terrorist, or 51 dead in New Zealand at 2 mosques, 11 dead at a synagogue in Pittsburgh, 23 dead at a Walmart in El Paso, or now, just this weekend in Buffalo, 10 people dead, killed because they were black. A theory once seen as fringe, now alluded to in more mainstream conservative circles. From the most popular host on Fox News.
In order to win and maintain power, Democrats plan to change the population of the country.
To one of the top Republicans in the House, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, who last year ran.
Tucker Carlson genuinely, on his sleeve, propagated a message of liberals trying to change that's crazy.
An ad accusing Democrats of planning a permanent election insurrection by granting voting rights to undocumented immigrants to overthrow the government. And comments like that are facing pushback from some Republicans, like Congresswoman Liz Cheney, who's calling on GOP leaders to, in her words, renounce and reject these views and those who hold them.
Congresswoman Stefanik's senior campaign advisor is saying today on Facebook that she, quote, never advocated for any racist position or made a racist statement, adding that she opposes mass amnesty for illegal immigrants. Again, that's the statement from an advisor to the Congresswoman. She immediately followed that post, the Congresswoman did, with one of her own, again, falsely claiming Democrats want undocumented immigrants to vote as a core part of this Great Replacement conspiracy. When we talk about mass shootings, right, when you talk about things like this, they raise questions about the role and responsibility of online social media sites in allowing some of this violent and hateful content. We're talking about it because it looked like this suspect in Buffalo appeared to be actively involved in some online communities devoted to guns, to tactical gear, to racist ideologies, according to social media posts. Officials say he live streamed the attack on Twitch, and he let.
they're dissecting his online activity.
Allegedly talked about his plans for the shooting on the site 4chan. Some of the platforms say
A 4chaner.
Oh God!
Oh,
It always
goodness.
comes back.
Always pops around to a 4chaner. Oh my gosh.
they reacted fast to ban accounts that appeared to belong to the alleged shooter. But the fact that the response did not prevent the video of attack from being spread widely on other sites also raises the issue of whether the ability to live stream itself should be so easily accessible. These are some big questions. Let me bring in Ben Collins, and let me start with this live streaming.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold up now. Wait.
Thing, right? Because Twitch says it took down the shooting live stream in 2 minutes.
Eh.
Social media and content moderation experts said that was like reasonably the best that could be expected. But as we've said, all it takes is for somebody, right, to record that live stream, and it sort of lives for.
I guess I hadn't seen the minute countdown, so I didn't know how long it had actually stayed up. I hadn't heard the number in front of me yet. So
Yeah,
I guess 2 minutes.
it was about 2 minutes. I mean, I've been taken down on my Twitch streams in 30 seconds for my phone going off in the background for, music violations, but whatever.
Oh, yeah.
proceed.
Oh, I don't know what it's like being
Yeah.
affiliate status on there.
in
Yeah.
some ways. Talk about the
Yeah, they'll
response
fuck you.
to the scrutiny
Yeah.
and microscope Twitch is under now.
Yeah, first of all, probably not true, considering the video that we've seen around is longer than 2 minutes, so I don't really know where they're getting that number from. But the most important thing here is that probably didn't post it to Facebook because the Christchurch shooter posted it to Facebook, and that got flagged, and that was not archivable. The big thing Twitch served as was a vehicle to have a link, a public link, to post in other platforms. Places like 4chan, which will never take anything like this down. Places like Discord, where he planned this for months in a Discord server. People seem to know that this was about to happen because he planned this out for months. He had various different places he wanted to target, and wound up at Tops and started planning out things of where he should put his car once he got to the supermarket. So these sorts of places are going to serve as vehicles to get to these other places like Twitch, the more civilian parts of the internet, Twitch or YouTube or Facebook. That's how this goes now. They use those civilian places because it's easy to upload that stuff. In fact, he said in his manifesto he's going to check Twitch and he's going to check Discord and check 4chan to make sure that Twitch stream was even working once he got out of the car.
That means that probably people who are watching it on Discord maybe, I don't know, screen captured or saved it.
Yeah.
That's
So my question, I have a
gross.
question. Do you think that anybody who interacted with him, knew about his plan in that Discord channel should also be tried?
Ooh. I mean, I don't know.
They knew about his plan. They interacted with him.
I-
Stuff like that. Should they be in trouble?
I think, with the precedent we've set in the modern times with the girl, what's her name, that convinced her boyfriend to unalive himself.
Hmm.
And,
The parents of the kid.
yeah. I think if there was somebody who was genuinely, if they're in, the jurisdiction of our government, if they're not foreign, I would imagine we should, and I hope we do, but I don't know. That's kind of a long shot. You never know with online activity like that, a certain level of, we have a lot more freedom of speech than people like to think.
Yeah.
You are allowed to potentially stoke this kind of dude's flames, but
But do you at some point become an accessory? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And whenever they were like, hey, you should park your car in front of the supermarket in this spot, that becomes an accessory, does it not?
yeah, and I see that's when I think that's where I think that we're going to get into, if they do prosecute anybody, it would be somebody who was actively engaging and helping him,
Yeah.
fueling this ideology, and specifically telling him to go do, encouraging him to go do violent acts. If they have that, then I'm sure they'll do their best to prosecute. I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would hope. I don't know. I feel like Jameson would maybe be able to let us in on a little more details on that. So
Yeah.
shout
I
out
wish he was
Jameson.
around.
I
Need
know.
to deal for him.
I hope you're okay, Jameson.
Need to manifest him.
Baby, come back, Jameson. That's as much as I can sing of that song, but come back.
Talk to me about, you mentioned 4chan. We talked about 4chan in the introduction here, and they're experts who say basically it's a gathering space for extremists. I know you know 4chan well. You knew 4chan before it was 4chan, Ben. What is the onus on social media companies when it relates to that particular site or platforms like 4chan where extremists like this suspected shooter gather?
Yeah, it's really complicated. 4chan is not owned by anyone in the United States.
Right.
8chan was a pariah in part because its owners were public figures. They were American-born. You know, one of its owners, the son of its owner and one of its moderators, is now running for Congress in Arizona.
Jeez.
You know, they were
Oh,
contactable
gosh.
by American
Be on the
press. That's
lookout.
not the case with 4chan. That said, lots of links to 4chan on places like Twitter are just not allowed. Same thing goes for places like Reddit. You can silo this website, but at the end of the day, pretty much anything is allowed. 4chan is not just a menace in American society. So if Americans show
Answer Debbie in the chat real quick. No, I haven't. Don Wells left a phone call.
Oh gosh.
They recorded a phone call with Don from jail, I'm assuming.
Is he still in jail?
Let's hope he's sobered up. I wonder if is it more coherent than when he's out? Is my main question, because the validity of the things that man says, I think, really depends on the things he puts in his body when he wakes up. I think he snorts his breakfast, Mr. Wells. And I hope he gets better, honestly. She'll give me that.
His stepsister gets him to admit his abuse on another sister.
Whoa! This is a dude that had a daughter sleeping next to him in bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have to check that out here in a bit.
It's
We'll have to check that out.
with organized crime in Japan,
crazy.
which has been a force for years. It's a large website where you can conduct an influence operation.
What up, Erica?
It is extremely anonymous. It is the most anonymous website that is available. So even if you shut it down in America, it might still exist through VPNs anyway.
It's not just social media. It's not just online, right? You had the top Democrat in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, just in the last couple of minutes here, talking about the role and responsibility of television, pointing specifically to Fox News. Watch.
Yeah.
If organizations like Fox News truly want to condemn this weekend's violence, they need to stop spreading ideas like replacement theory on their shows.
This goes back to the piece we ran right before we brought you in. We are reaching out to Fox for any response to that, but how do you see that playing into this?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is not illegal speech, shouldn't be illegal speech, but you do have some responsibility as a human being to try to not take things from 4chan and put them on your air. The reason this manifesto read as if, it was more political than usual, or, read closer hued to the mainstream, is because the mainstream moved closer to the stuff that was on 8chan 2 years ago. This guy took for granted that everyone knew what great replacement theory already was when he started writing his manifesto. And he probably is not wrong. On Fox News, this is a regular talking point, talking about replacement of whites in America in the electorate. The difference is this guy had a call to action.
It's
That's
crazy.
where you find it. You find the calls to action on 4chan. But at the end of the day, Tucker Carlson has made this a mainstream talking point over the last 2 years, and that was the point from these 4chan and 8chan shooters 2 years ago.
Ben Collins, live for us, breaking that down. Ben, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's get you over to the 5 things our team thinks you should know about tonight.
Ooh.
Number 1, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is blasting.
Damn.
This guy. This guy with the mean Brendan Schaub fade. Got that Brendan Schaub forehead.
His own country's COVID response after 8 deaths and almost 400,000 fever cases were reported today. The country's dealing with delays in medicine deliveries.
Debbie, that's crazy.
To help fight the outbreak. Number 2, the European Union is dropping its mask mandate for people in airports and on flights. The EU Aviation Safety Agency says the move matches the rules for most public transportation across Europe. But listen, individual airlines could still recommend or require masks on planes, so if you're traveling overseas anytime soon, something to think about. Number 3, jury selection started today for a former Hillary Clinton campaign lawyer accused of lying to the FBI. Michael Sussman is charged with making a false statement to the government about alleged secret communications between the 2016 Trump campaign and Russia. It's the first trial for special counsel John Durham, who's looking into potential misconduct in the origins of that Trump-Russia investigation. Number 4, JetBlue launching a hostile takeover bid for Spirit Airlines after Spirit rejected their $3.5 billion offer earlier this month.
Ooh.
Spirit turned it down to stick with an earlier deal to merge with fellow budget airline Frontier. Well, now JetBlue is trying to get Spirit shareholders to vote against the Frontier deal so they can take over. A little bit of backroom airline C-suite drama. Number 5, English soccer player Jake Daniels says he's gay. He made the announcement at the end of his first season as a professional player with the Blackpool Football Club. And here's why this is significant. He's the first active, openly gay UK soccer player in more than 3 decades. Daniels says he finally feels ready to come out and be himself. Still to come. Congressman Madison Cawthorn's fate is now in the hands of voters.
So wait.
Tomorrow, but the North.
There was an openly gay footballer 30 years ago?
Wow.
Interesting. Who was that? Hey, trivia.
I don't know.
Ooh, okay. So Don also said Debbie says that Don also admitted to being in a place with people who buy children. And Erica says sober Don is slowly starting to let out the truths. Oh.
5 people have now come forward claiming abuse from Don.
Wow.
I'm not surprised. I hope investigators run with it.
All right, let's see if we can find it. Let's find this recorded phone call then. Let's see.
Anybody have a link? Drop a link. Debbie, you have a link?
I'm going to just...
Because I attempted to search for a phone call and I got like 50.
This one's from our girl Molly.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Aunt Molly.
Molly. I want it from Molly's channel though, because I don't know. She won't copyright strike us. She's a friend of the channel, so
yeah.
I'm looking for who the hell's JLR? Oh, why are we on here?
Oh no.
Unredacted. Okay. Oh, that's old as shit. Hold up. That's old. What am I doing? It's from 10 hours ago. What we got?
Like the whole living a nightmare. I can't imagine what it was like for you to get that call from Candace freaking out. What time did that happen? Do you remember
because what's really weird is when we went to Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, they wanted our phones.
Yeah.
So
Oh, it was an interview room chat. Am I watching the right video? Is this old news? Is this the one? Is this the video? Because this is with Molly, not with the stepsister. Oh, Justice for All will let me stream his version of the call. Okay, hold on. It's with his stepsister? Maybe I just wanted to hear Aunt Molly's voice for a second. Enhanced audio disturbing call Candace and Don Wells' stepsister Mary. It's from 8 months ago. Yeah, everything when I type in those Justice for All, try it. Yeah, I'm still not getting his channel. I don't know. Interview room does have it. Okay, so yeah, if somebody finds it, drop a link for me somewhere. You can do it in the Discord or in the YouTube chat. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. Because I interested in this particular phone call. I don't think I've ever heard the man maybe in a sober environment. Oh, Chris had Don's stepsister on a show. Okay, so if it's in like a stream, just if you guys could find me a timestamp and like send it, I still take that link. I'll take it. If you happen to know, or even just like the roundabouts of a timestamp, you don't have to be. We'll find the call in the thing, but for some reason I can't find them. I can't find them.
All right.
Aunt Molly.
It looks
All
like
right.
Chuck Edwards potentially,
Oh.
but again, this is really his to lose.
I gotta bail early.
Oh, hey, no worries. We're about at the end of the stream, so you've made it through most of it.
Yay.
Heck
I
yeah.
got kiddo stuff to do, husband stuff to hang out with.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. True Crime and Chat, guys. later.
Goodbye.
I about started doing the show rollout when Arianthe said bye. But no, it ain't that time. It's endorsement plug time. I'm kidding. You guys be sure to check out the endorsements.
If you're in Arizona,
I don't know why the hell it did it that way. The fuck is this? What? Did I open a little mini YouTube up here? Crazy. Oh, is he streaming live right now? What is this? This is crazy. Let me see if I can't. It broke my my YouTube chat. That's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, we simp for Nord now, Erica. We simp for Nord now. Erica, type that in one more time, I guess. Or shoot it to me in Discord, because that was it somehow broke my chat, that link. It opened it up in the chat, and I've never had my my link do something like that. That's so weird. So weird. Like, bizarre.
Every day. And because you couldn't possibly read or watch or listen to them all, our bureau teams have done it for you.
We'll jam this while I
is
try
what
to
they
get
tell
that
us is going
link.
down in their regions in a segment we call The Local. From our Southeast Bureau, one person was killed and 5 others hurt after this small plane crash landed on a bridge in Miami.
Oh, there we go.
The plane went down, it hit an SUV, and then burst into flames. You saw how thick that smoke was. It could be seen for miles. The FAA and the NTSB are trying to figure out how this happened. From our Northeast Bureau, surveillance video shows 4 masked men smashing their way into a Yonkers jewelry store. You see this? Sledgehammers, a crowbar. Only took them 90 seconds to get away with like $100,000 worth of stuff. 3 of those robbers are now in custody. Police say they're looking into whether this is connected to recent smash and grabs in the Bronx. And from our Washington Bureau, Maryland Senator...
I mean, almost certainly the same gang activity, right? It would have to be.
Chris Van Hollen says he's recovering from a minor stroke he had after giving a speech this
Ooh,
weekend.
Erica got me. Bam, got you
Neck
guys.
pain while giving the speech. He released a statement overnight saying there's no long-term damage and he plans to be back to work after a few days rest. For the very first time now, we're hearing from the hero passenger who landed a plane on his own, no training, after the pilot had a medical emergency. I know you remember
Oh,
this story from last
let me
week,
in.
right? It was everywhere. And this, the guy you just saw, that's Darren Harrison. He was at the controls in the cockpit, talking exclusively with, of course, our Today Show's Savannah Guthrie about what it was like being there in that seat, thousands of feet in the air, after the pilot let him know he just wasn't feeling right. Harrison had been, you saw that picture? That was Harrison, just like straight chilling with his feet on the seat, when suddenly, he says, he had to make a
Here we
choice
go.
when the pilot told him that. Listen.
I knew it was a life or death situation. Either you do what you have to do to control the situation or you're going to die.
Well, he made that choice to control the situation, obviously, with the help of a flight instructor on the ground. Let me bring in Sam Brock here with this guy, Darren Harrison, making this safe landing, Sam. It is so...
All right, we got the video. Let's do this. Where is it? Where is it? Is he in here somewhere?
Into it. Yeah. So I haven't talked to her for since Sunday morning. Oh. But all
Looks like the call starts here.
Jeannie just a couple days ago.
Oh, did you do one with him a couple days ago?
No, is that the one he done with Jeannie a couple days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying that there's 5 people coming forward to testify against me. I've done the same things to them.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
People?
Let me try to jump this audio up a little bit.
5 women come forward that say that I've done the same thing to them. 5 women.
Oh.
That must have been a different one. I haven't seen that one. I seen the one with Jeannie, but yeah. Yeah. Now he's saying there's 5 women come forward, and the only ones I could think of was Trish and Matt.
Okay, so let's stop right there. 30 seconds into this. Okay.
Tell us about it, Chris.
Did you just hear what he said? 5 women that came forward, and then he qualifies it by saying the only ones I can think of. Okay. Well, there must be a lot of thinking going on somewhere. And perhaps our memories aren't as sharp as they used to be. Red flag.
Okay. See, I've made it. I've actually, boom, you got me, Erica.
No clue. I haven't talked to Jeannie for like 2 days.
So I'm going to play that back. Listen again.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he's saying there's 5 women come forward, and the only ones I could think of was Trish, Amanda, and I don't know.
It's already 2 victims he could think of off the top of his head.
I have no idea. I have no clue. I haven't talked to Jeannie for like 2 days because since before she done that interview, they got in my house and she's been moving into it. Yeah. So I haven't talked to her for since Sunday morning. But
Exactly,
I'll ask her
Erica.
what's going on? Maybe she might
Erica says you shouldn't be able to think of anybody, period. Exactly.
maybe she might know what's going on unless Chris is just reaching for something, you know.
This is what I love about Mary. She is so good at bringing him in, for lack of a better term, that she's the one in this call you're going to hear that pulls it out of him. And guys, I got subscribers. I hit subscribers, but blow her channel up, her cooking channel. That woman.
She got a dope cooking channel, guys. I assume you've all subscribed, liked, and subscribed to this cooking channel. Okay. I like it. Okay.
Deserves.
I like this Chris McDonough
a lot
cat.
more than I deserve. Go blow up,
She
and
sure
we
does,
could put
Erica.
her channel
We
in
do need
mods
Allie.
for later on for folks to go over there and absolutely light her cooking channel up for YouTube. Please subscribe over there. It'll be great. It would absolutely be amazing if you can
Same here. Let's Twitter mob this cooking channel, dude. Let's do it.
do that. But listen to how she has handled him. And by the way, she herself is an SA victim where Don and 2 of his friends held her down and tried to SA her. But later, she was also a victim of a 261. I'll let you look up the California Penal Code section on that, where this woman finally said, I have had enough in terms of internally for her. And she took her
Debbie
attacker
has.
head on like a champ.
You got to let us know in the chat, Debbie. Is it a dope ass cooking channel? Let us know.
Champion, as cool as a cucumber. And that's what you're hearing here.
My nose.
What she's doing is she's deflecting
Itchy.
everything to me, which I absolutely love.
I mean, well, sometimes, a lot of times women will just make up stuff. Just, I'm not talking bad about women, but they'll do that. So, right. I mean, right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he could be paying somebody to do it. I don't know. Unless, I don't think he's not talking about Trish and Amanda, would he be? Because you said Amanda never said anything like that. No, he wouldn't be, not Amanda. And Trish, I don't think so either, because I think when Trish was on that interview with Jeannie, I think she said that you didn't do anything to her, did she?
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's so disturbing. I can't even watch it.
Yeah, I don't think she said anything about you, Donnie. But Jeannie did, not Trish. Trish was just, I think, just there for support or something. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trish didn't say nothing, so I don't know who the hell he would be talking about.
What in the backwoods
I'll have to
is going on? Like the way they are getting him to just casually talk about potential victims of SA he has? That's crazy. That's insane.
talk to Jeannie, see if I can't get a hold of her and see what's going on. Because she'll tell me.
Exactly, Erica.
Would
Most
you
people
do
don't
that
tell
and then
because they don't
call
want to talk
back
about it.
and
Yeah.
let me know?
Yeah.
And asked her, I mean, man, I don't know what to do. I've done that apology. I tried to apologize, live.
Right. Well,
I'm willing to do it again. Whatever. I mean, I'm just trying to.
Well, I don't know, Donnie. I talked to her after that second one, this one that she done with McDonough or whatever.
Yeah,
and I talked to her, and because I was asking her, I said, "So are you going to press charges or what's going on?" And she goes, "Well, it's kind of in the word." And I says, "Well, I talked to Donnie, and he wants to know what you want from him. What do you want from him?" And she's like, "I just want him to come clean about Summer."
Okay, so this is critical. The way Mary
Big
is
deal.
handling this. What Don is worried about is
Like Chris
how many
McDonough's
women are gonna
analysis.
come forward with SA allegations.
Is he in an RV or something?
And he reminds us that, he says, well, I know about Jeannie, and I know, and by the way, I've apologized to her.
The chill little booth he has.
As if, 7 years of abuse till she was 12 years old, just kind of gets wiped away, right? No, that right now you can't get your way out of this thing. And what she's doing is she's leading him into a path about Summer. And so she sets it up correctly. Where
Strange.
she says, Jeannie wants you to come clean about Summer. So now think about that, right, guys? I mean, and you guys, this is a really, really amazing channel chat going here. I absolutely love it.
What
I
up,
love
Allie?
How classy you are and how
Yeah, audio should be working.
supportive
Graph.
you are each to each other and to Mary through this. But now he's getting to this place where he's got to shift his thought process from Jeannie to Summer. From Jeannie to Summer. Okay. It's very difficult for these
Interesting,
guys
Chris McDonough.
because they lie
What up,
so
Alley
much
Cats?
and they manipulate so often that
She was. Erica, you're a
can't
witch.
quickly do it. So they pause, and you'll hear him his thought process slows down. And I talked to Dr. Simon a long time ago about these guys, about some of that process that they go through. And if you've not seen the video on him, go see Dr. Larry Simon. He's actually in the prisons right now. He used to run the SA groups to try to, help them control their urges. He's a fascinating human being, and he is in the prisons as we speak today.
Does he?
In fact, when I interviewed him,
Yeah, Chris has been. This is an interesting. You guys have been, telling me about Chris McDonough for a while. So, it's the Hangout, man. Send your links if there's a channel like this. If he says he's cool with people breaking down his videos, just let me know, because I really do enjoy breaking down other deep dives and kind of adding what we can as a group or It's almost like a book club, isn't it? We have almost a book club vibe with stuff like this. So, yeah.
He is not able to process that quickly because remember the secret life.
Oh, you've had some negative experiences, Alley Cats? Well, feel free to shoot from the hip and just let us know your full experience in the chat.
Is all about if I say this, they'll know about this. If I say this,
What up,
that
Chief?
will connect to this. And this is why it's important.
Hello.
As a woman.
What up, bro?
And quite frankly, as a man.
Not much, man. What are you guys doing?
Gauge a
We're watching this Chris McDonough breakdown of a Don Wells call from the Summer Wells case.
That sounds fun. Am I loud and windy?
What was that?
I didn't know if I was like loud and windy, if you could hear the air and shit.
A little.
I didn't want to be disruptive.
A little breathy, but not bad. Not bad, brother. Yeah, we're breaking down this phone call. It's the first phone call. You remember Don Wells? He's super drunk, dude. That
I remember that.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of human work right there.
Yeah, dude, he's back. He's back with a phone call from jail, and let me tell you, where we're at right now, he's already, like, in a veiled way confessed to having 2 victims of SA. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking to his stepsister about how he potentially has up to 5. So, just enlightening as to his character, because this is not what I was necessarily expecting from like a sober Don Wells experience.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I was just driving by old Carlsbad here in Fayetteville and thought about my boy, dude.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
So I decided to check in.
Hell yeah, brother. We got to hit this tabletop sim soon.
I'm around, you know what I mean? All night, every night.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll see what's going on around.
I don't have to wait anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I live around a weird theater now. I've become the Phantom of the Opera, dude.
Hey, dude, that's cool. That's cool.
But
you got your face mask and shit?
Yeah, dude. I got the Happy Mask.
Hell yeah. What was that band, dude? I remember that band. Oh, that metal-ass band that covered Phantom of the Opera, bro. He used to listen to it all the time.
Oh, hell.
I can't remember what that band's name was.
Yeah. Oh. It's hella good, though.
Was it Nightwish?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Nightwish.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Like some Striper. Get a Bible thrown at you.
Yeah, right there. Called it Nightwish. That sounds badass, man.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you gotta rock up Andrew Lloyd Webber to get me in. He's hit or miss for me out of here as a composer. And there's times where I'm like, all right, that's good. That's pretty good. Oh, Alley Cat's in the chat is kind of talking about Chris McDonough here a little bit, and it's really tough being as popular as he is. I would imagine having to, hubristic. You have to kind of be set in your ways and not willing to budge or admit when you've effed up when you're probably as popular as him. I bet that's why he's like that. Someone say Night Moves? No. No, Alley Cats.
That's a good song, bro. Right?
Man, I was talking ish on Bob Seger the other day, and I had a whole room of people talk me down on talking shit on Bob Seger the other day. I was too. I was like, I don't like Bob Seger. Never liked Bob Seger. And they're like, what? Nah. The whatever band. The Silver Bullet Band. Hush. Like, I'm sure it's great live, but I don't like that ish.
Conversation.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna hit play on this for a second. We're gonna keep going. My nose started running.
About yourself, or
be right back.
Where do you live? That kind of thing. But present it a question, especially if you're dating, into tell me a little bit about your life, because what happens, the human condition in what we call criminal behavior analysis, CBA or CIA, criminal investigative analysis. The idea is they have to think. And the first thing that comes to their minds, according to the research, is jeopardy.
Bring a tissue with me this time, Jesus.
And so they stop and they think.
COVID made me brain dead. Sometimes my last brain cell after COVID is just running full throttle, just bouncing around my brain like someone shaking a can.
Overheating.
Oh, dude, it's been.
Tell me a little bit about your life.
So I've been. I don't know what they did. What they did to marijuana in the last 2 years, bro. But I've been getting. Like today, I was at work. Me and my old man were sitting there. We're doing our thing, building some parts, enjoying some salad. And we get done building. I turn around, and I had no fucking idea where I was.
Yeah.
I was like, where do I even go to put these parts in, man?
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. It's changed.
It hits that frontal lobe harder, dude. It's different. It's different. Lux recently switched to flower from concentrate because she wants that full terpene experience. And yeah, she's like, this is different. I'm like, it is.
All the different stuff they have now is you can smoke wax for a month, smoke 2 bowls of weed, and it feels completely different, bro.
It's like you're not nearly as necessarily medicated, but you did drink some stupid juice. Like
yeah, you got way more funny juice.
Yeah, like
that's great, man.
Yeah, like I get the giggles like I'm a teenager sometimes again. Yeah, now that you mentioned, that's true. It's true. Lux is the queen of the deal at a dispensary, though. Again, we're in a rec state, so when we go to the weed store, dude, it's like 2 for 1, fucking crazy deals. It's always a crazy deal if you bring that lady. Like, we got BOGO. She's the BOGO queen. Erica says I had COVID twice. I think I'm clinically brain dead, and I feel that so hard. Yeah, absolutely, Erica. No, COVID made me brain dead. It has taken a long time to just regain verbal skills. Like, I never want COVID again. That was the worst. Like, it does. They don't advertise it like they should. This stuff is stupid juice. It makes you dumb. It lowers your IQ like a solid 10 points. And for some people, they might stop breathing, dude. Like, you can't do that. We need to get more vaccines out. This shit's rough. Alley cats, what's my brain's excuse then? You can always blame your grandparents. Blame your grandparents and whatever chemicals they had around. It's because I breathed in blah blah from Granny's house. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't control my bladder or whatever. The theme of today is me peeing, I guess. I don't know. I had told a couple stories earlier in the stream that were like pretty pee-centric. Erica says the weed store is the only way to go around here now. Everything is laced with fentanyl. Even the dang weed. They're putting it on the weed. Okay, so I had heard from a friend at work.
Say they're lacing weed with fentanyl?
Yeah, on the street, dude. Let me tell you right now what I heard is the MO of...
Oh, don't lace the fentanyl, bro. What the fuck is that?
Dude, let me tell you. I confiscated some dirt weed the other day. Running security, right? And it kind of scared me because it's like they could, they spray it and compact it. That's what makes it brickweed, right? So like you could spray it with anything.
Right.
You can spray it with anything. If they sprayed it with fentanyl, now it just seems like really good weed to weird people. You know us back in the day in a certain person's off the house garage, former meth lab turned garage would hit it. But like, yeah, like, but wait, what? I think I misheard you. You sound like whispers in the trees, my friend.
Sorry, I may just go listen mode. I'm driving.
Oh, you're good.
Is this any better now? I'm still listening to you.
I hear you a little bit better, but it sounds pretty car phone.
Just going whisper modes in, boy. Ignore me.
Word. Let me tell you, though. Oof. What I heard is they're specifically making drugs. A certain Mexican gang are making drugs to bring to the United States to F the population up. They're trying to kill the gringos. They're trying to mess the white boys up. That's what I heard. That's what I've heard. That's why they're putting all this barnyard fentanyl on everything, in everything. Apparently, the cocaine on the street here is laced with fentanyl. Like, everything has it in it. It's killing people. And the weirdest thing, you know, again, as an addict, I can't help but absorb this information as somebody who has recovered from his addiction. I feel, you know, like aggregating that information, dissecting it and understanding it and keeping it in its place is important. So like, for some reason, when I hear things like the crackheads are doing a drug called G now, I file that information away, dissect it. Like, what the fuck is G? Like, this sounds horrible. It probably has automotive chemicals in it. Who knows?
Right in front of you.
Back to Chris McDonough.
On that date. Okay. So let's listen.
And she's like, that's all I want. And I was like, well, okay, I can talk to him, you know.
So she thinks I done something with Summer.
I guess, I don't know. She just, well, she didn't say, she said she just wanted you to tell the
Kids have been testing positive for fentanyl in the dab pens. Yeah, ever since they put on the market those refillable dab carts, I kind of saw this coming. Like, they're going to figure out all kinds of stuff to put in those dab carts. You know, 2 years of solitude, 1 year of the Summer Wells fiasco. What? Fentanyl meth, yeah, from... Oh. Oh goodness, there's more suspicious characters according to Alley Katz in this case, in the Summer Wells case. That's wild. That's wild, Alley.
So you see right there, he gives a long wow. Okay. Because now he's thinking, or he's got to be processing. Okay, this is a call about
Chris McDonough kind of gives my boss at a job I hate vibe, but you know, work for cool people now.
Jeannie. And I want to make sure that I can control the messaging about Jeannie. And so what he does is he interrupts that messaging process by saying, oh, now I have to think about Summer. So immediately he goes into denial, whether, you know, that's accurate or not at this point.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't know about this until it happened.
It's a hard thing to explain about rural communities too, Alley Katz, is you can end up with a character like Summer Wells, who everybody in their personal life, everyone in their world, everyone they know is suspect as fuck. Like yes, absolutely, Alley Katz. And, you know, I've talked about it before. There's been elements of my own life where it's not till I got older and had a little more life experience that I realized the people that were around that time in my life were all suspect. You know, they were all, it wasn't healthy, it wasn't right. You have to learn some of that after the fact. And, you know, when it comes to like your childhood. Interesting.
So there's a lot of secret life going on here that's starting to present itself.
I don't know if she was talking about Summer or if she was talking about you and her. So
I can come. I can tell him. I mean, I can do that. But as far as Summer,
right?
Damn.
Right, I know, huh? Right. You know, and I think she might think that it was just an accident, you know, with Summer, and I think she thinks, you know.
Well, she's been watching all that BS on YouTube.
Right.
You know, Mary, and unfortunately, okay, I've told you things that I can't tell people.
Right.
I can't tell that stuff on the internet. I can't.
Right.
If I do, it'll mess with the investigation. And if the guy who actually took her or something is watching it, he can act.
So the guy who actually took her
I hope
or
he-
something.
I hope he brings up the fact that he immediately like humanized the abductor and put a gender on him.
What's that something? What's this something? The guy who actually took her or something.
Act accordingly. So I can't go on the air and say anything about the investigation at all.
Right.
And so these people have free reign to do whatever. I've tried to talk to people and
Now, a while ago, I had played parts of this particular call, but I did not play what is going on here in totality. This is the whole call.
explain some things, and it's got me in trouble.
Right. Well,
I can't talk about it all.
I want to let you know that there is this attorney that we went to.
Yeah, they were only affiliating with shadier and shadier people to kind of keep their habits alive, you know. We all know that already about the Summer Wells case, but there's...
School with him, and Roy Jr. I don't know if you remember him or not. A lot of kids picked on him because he was like a bookworm, you know.
Yeah,
And I don't know if you remember him or not, but he's a really good attorney. But I was just asking him questions, you know. And I said, well, can you get sent to prison? Say if you hurt
The call was August of 21.
somebody and killed him, can you get sent to prison if it was an accident? And he's like, well, no, not really, you know. And I said, even if it's been a while, you can't. And he said, no. He said that if it was an accident, he said it would be better if they was.
So one of the kind of conversations that we had, that Mary and I had.
Wow. Okay. So I don't like Jose. I mean, did he drop some juice on a stream that was like anything other than what we had known in the past, like the what we'd already known?
Was let's give him an out. Let's give him an out. So right there was his out.
Weird.
And you know, just like we're doing with the guy in Michigan, with D. Warner. Okay. It's easier now when you have an opportunity to tell your sister what's going down. So what she's doing is masterful. It's a great piece of work on this control call to guide him into, you know, a position of, look, you know, go talk to an attorney. Okay? And you have an out. And he's kind of going along with it, that I don't need an attorney. He does now, apparently.
Same, Erica. It is a shit show of a case. Like, I got more, you know, you wouldn't think that something that happened on this small little piece of property to this, you know, pretty lower class, like, family in the middle of nowhere wouldn't have had so many unusual characters involved. But it's the gift that keeps on giving, I suppose. It's one of those cases that, you know, there's a whole lane of YouTuber now that this is what they do. They focus on Summer Wells case. But yeah, I like revisiting every now and then when something new happens, particularly like involving Dawn or Candace.
You know, I don't know what changed.
So, like, in my opinion, I still hold firm that, like, where they're going to crack this case is going to somehow be around Dawn and Candace. They have to be involved.
Forward, but he said no.
Of course.
It's like I would put money on it.
I thought, well, that's a good thing, you know.
Well, yeah, we knew that. You know, that would be dumb to hide an accident. That would just be stupid.
Well, yeah, some people make mistakes, though, Donnie. Not mistakes.
Well, it's happened before.
Is all, you know. And some people do, you know, dumb stuff, I guess you could call it.
Well, people have, you know, had accidents and then hid the body and they said that someone took them and they've done all that stuff, but that's not the case with us.
Right.
He's specifically pointing that out in this call, which I find interesting.
Well, isn't that interesting?
So does Chris McDonough.
That he lays out a narrative of a case or cases that he's familiar with.
Yeah.
That there's been an accident that people have, then said, oh, that, they were taken and they buried the body. In fact, let's go back for a second. While I go back, I want to bring in my buddy, Josh from the lab, because he's always got some cool insight, and I love having him here on the show. And then we're going to bring Mary up in a little bit as soon as she jumps in here. But if you haven't gone to the lab and subscribed to all the rats over there, go hit that
Erica,
button
exactly.
over there, because my buddy Josh is in the house. And what's up?
In the house.
Hey,
Josh.
Chris, how are you?
Good. So
What a
I'm going to put,
interesting phone call
tell me
already.
so I'm going to play this next part here and listen to this. He comes up with a narrative of, an accident, burying the body, and then telling people that that body was taken or the person was taken. I find that very coincidental. Extremely coincidental.
I sure do, Allie.
Dumb stuff, I guess you could call.
It's been a thing, like people having a victim complex mentality or like a hero complex or mentality. It's really easy to fall into in the modern day with so much just high budget fiction thrown at us.
Well, people have, had accidents and then hid the body and they said that someone took them and they've done all that stuff, but that's not the case with us.
So he lays out the exact scenario potential in this case. What say you?
Well, it's funny that he said that, because when I had a phone conversation with Don before, I said the same exact thing to him. And I said, people hide accidents. And he says, yeah, they do. And then they hide the body, and then it's worse after that. And I go, what? It's just, he's laying out a scenario. He's laid all kinds of scenarios out, but it's almost like a valve that's leaking.
Exactly.
He's well, yeah, but or it's possible, but like when he said that he didn't trust Candace's friends, I don't think she'd do anything, but and he leaves all these openings. So very interesting. Is he having some firsthand knowledge? I mean, does he have firsthand knowledge? Yes.
And if we take it back to some of the first press conferences, guys and gals, go listen to those first press conferences where he says, I see her buried. I see her in a dungeon. I see her being tortured. Okay. I mean, what lens, what fatherly lens is he looking through?
Very good point. It's strange that his mind immediately goes toward these horrible outcomes for his child. It's certainly not a sentiment you hear from any of the parents on, let's say, Unsolved Mysteries from the 90s.
For his 5-year-old daughter.
I'll see her at the resurrection.
Right.
I mean, all these scenarios are not something a father.
Now, if he is truly from like Arkansas, you see a bit of interesting. You'll see plays of words tied in with like theological concepts from the Bible Belt. It's a common, almost, I'll see her at the resurrection probably sounds more ominous to somebody on the coast than it does to me, who's from the middle of the woods. You will hear some crazy ass talk like that from some of the rural older people
that is looking for his abducted child would be thinking.
You're right.
Yeah,
you would
he's
hope
Adventist
that there's more to this in terms of, now we know there's more in relationship to the secret life and how he, was treating women even on YouTube. I mean, he blew up. I can't tell you how many times on people. And, we all got to see that side of his, the secret life. But let's keep moving here on this call here. And because Mary's going to be up here pretty soon.
Right.
Somebody actually stole our little girl.
Right.
Why McDonough's doing this?
I guess that would be the only conclusion. Have you had any other conclusions at all? Other than
We just don't know. No, we don't know. Well, we know someone took her because we know. There's no other explanation. Well, we know someone took her, but we can't get that through Mr. McDonough's head or anybody else's. He wants to try to say he's trying to say that all that nasty crap. I don't even want to repeat.
Right.
I don't even want to repeat the thought of that is just freaking ridiculous and sick.
He's deflecting and he puts things back on Chris McDonough. He does it quite a bit, it would appear. What we have in our suggested here, though, since I've clicked on this. Grady Judd coming out fired up, talking about a case. So we're going to hop over to Grady Judd. Let's see what he's got to say. This is from 4 days ago. WFLA. You guys know what's up. Shout out WFLA, JB Buno.
We have to talk about something that's just horribly sad. And I want you to think about this. I want you to understand that each of these blocks represents
He is just a press junkie.
1 pound. We started an investigation where a child was starved to death, died of long-term starvation.
Whoa.
And what shocks our conscience is nothing in this world is more important to us than our children, in their growth, in their ability to thrive. They're the most important, precious thing in our life. They're innocent, and they depend solely upon us for everything. So this little girl, this baby girl, was born at 6 pounds and 10 ounces.
Whoa.
6 pounds and 10 ounces. This baby, when it died, weighed 9 pounds. This baby should have weighed 32 pounds. This baby was born on July the 25th, 2019. Between July the 25th, 2019, and when they took the baby to the doctor in January of 2020, the child had gained 3 pounds. It was thriving. Listen closely to what I'm going to tell you. Between January the 2nd, 2020, when the baby went to the doctor for the last time, and May the 10th, 2022, which was 2 years and 4 months, that sweet baby gained 1 ounce. 1 ounce. So the baby should have been 32 pounds.
Oof.
The baby should have been talking, putting sentences together, asking questions.
Oof.
Telling that my
punch to the gut, Grady. Well, wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, I won't lie. Sometimes Grady comes out and talks about a traffic violation gone wrong, but this is truly a sad story, so I think it's time to try to bring a little brevity back to the stream. Check on our boy, Alex Jones. So far, the info
Time to check on Uncle Alex.
Time to check on Uncle Alex. It's that time, baby. So far, we've got the Infamil shortage. as a stark reminder of the case we just looked at. But let's see what we got. What do we got here, Jones? What do you got? What is up with your video player, dude? Your shit's busted. Let's go. Where's his just live-ish? Whoa. I don't want your vitamins, Jones. I want to watch your live video. I can't see or hear it or have a volume option. It's a conspiracy, guys. We're being kept away from Uncle Alex. It's happened. Oh shit, somebody put Alex Jones was right in the LA skies. With the plane.
It was probably him.
Right. Well, not being bankrupt. Bankrupt now.
Oh yeah, he just lost all his money, didn't he?
He did.
Boosting that in the face of the tyrant. There's other things
We're gonna boost our immune system in the face of the tyrants, guys. Here we go. Oh, what? There's no readout when you full screen? This dude is so weird with this video player. Dude, he's such a vibe. He's such a vibe. Jeez. I hope he's the one hosting the show right now. Because if we pull from this ad break and it's Owen Schroyer or, God forbid, that hella angry Italian dude that we watched last time, I'm going to lose it. Because we're at the end of the hangout. We got to get our Uncle Alex in, dude. I almost forgot. He's going to play some copywritten music. You better believe that's what's playing right now. Copyright strikes. Copyright strikes. It's copyright strikes right now. We're almost InfoWars. We're almost there.
Just finished forging a dinner triangle.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Figured I should make some noisemakers.
Yeah, dude. That's hella cool. Sell that to a ranch somewhere. It's the family call to dinner, dude.
Craft fair is Saturday, so.
Ooh, you be ready. Get ready. Getting ready. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a little daunting. I was sick all last week, so I didn't get to do half the stuff I need to do.
Oh.
So I'm trying to get caught up.
Ah, the rush to be squared away. So rough, but so worth it. It is Jones.
Lockdowns that cause a world collapse. They say it's global warming,
and he is stacked.
2030. Well, that's when the world ends. For us, we'll own nothing.
With papers.
We'll have nothing. Sean Stone, filmmaker, author, researcher, is here with us. SeanStone.info. Sean, how do they intend to get us into that depopulation? I think we're seeing it right now.
Well, the depopulation thing is going to be interesting.
Right.
I mean, look, we've seen, as I understand it, about 40% excess deaths, mortality in America in late 2021, right? Mostly in
absolutely
in the young and the working age population, which again indicates the vaccine is causing these deaths. And look, I mean, we can each, I'm sure, have personal experience of saying, I've seen, so and so drop dead, so and so with cancer. Other ailments occurring.
Oh, he's emulating YouTube with his video player now.
Go on. Will it get worse in the next 2-3 years? Will we?
That's why he's having embedding issues.
Even more dropping dead. Will they try to continue this? Because I see a lot of resistance. Right. That's the major factor. The blowback against their agenda has been the hesitancy. Right. And even people that took the 2 shots said, "Wait, I've had it. I don't want to keep going with this booster agenda. This is starting to freak me out." So I don't know where they are with this. Overall population collapse agenda, because you see maybe price hikes. You're seeing they're going to try to affect our our agriculture.
Oh goodness.
But again, if we look at like maybe the main place where
Less
they've been
money
trying to
means
hurt
less
us,
people,
right, is into cities.
or less people means less
People are
money for
fleeing.
rich
People are
people.
fleeing.
They
They
don't
don't
want
want.
less
They're
people.
going.
No,
to
they
they're either
don't.
going to Texas or Florida or Tennessee or places with more countryside and less.
Well, they're seeing how that's working out for them right now with the workforce issues. I'm kind of surprised and a little worried about how many people are looking for work in NWA right now, bro. That's been weird.
Yeah, I lucked out.
Yeah, you really did. Like a lot of people, like anybody who's employed there right now is really lucking out.
Less control. So I'm not sure on how ready they are to achieve that major agenda without using massive food shortages, weather warfare. I don't know. I don't think that they can achieve it. I don't.
I agree. They're flooding us with drugs, electromagnetic radiation, 5G. Here's some of the headlines. Top Australian doctor
Whoa.
who pushes COVID-19 vaccines loses only daughter, a young woman, in her.
What do the unvaccinated homeless have to do with the vaccine?
Deaths in Scotland of women that were vaccinated. It goes on and on.
A
From there.
speculative
New Zealand
graphic
prime
at
minister
best.
4 shots, test positive for COVID-19, just like Stephen Colbert and others. How bad is it going to get? And here's a sign they have in the UK. Get boosted now. COVID vaccines lose power like batteries. Recharge your protection. Funny, I thought vaccines lasted for decades, but now they don't. This is so incredibly transparent. Sean Stone.
It's actually funny. I think the fertility issue could be a factor here. We know that they've been trying to affect. I mentioned earlier Kissinger's, and Sam back in what was it, like 1970 or 72? I can't recall. And Sam
State Department Memorandum 200.
Right, 200, right? And it was all about this idea of controlling the population growth or trying to reduce the population in countries across the world, not mentioning directly America, but certainly abroad. And so, you think about like how Planned Parenthood has certainly, they've used that as one instrument of trying to check population growth. And not to say, again, I'm not opposed to the idea of contraception or people having the right to, to basically plan their pregnancy and their
But it shouldn't be done covertly and falsely.
Exactly. There's this whole strategy, as we've seen with the testing that went on in Africa with Gates's foundation, right, sterilizing women.
Yes, please bring up the other kind of fertility conspiracy theories, because again, this is something that comes around cyclically. Anytime the government makes a move of anything, it feels like they're, this is also the issue with soy and countless other things.
Sad.
Well, that's right. And again, we have a 300-year-old Malthusian plan launched around 1900 by the British, picked up by us and then Hitler, the eugenics. That's a historic record. So it should be easy to beat this plan. But their strength is they do keep following their same plan. They have a long-term strategy. We don't.
Well, again, I think that there is something to be said for the human spirit, though. Like there is this concept of we don't need a plan because we have the spirit, and the spirit is alive and it's a living power.
Spirit's the plan,
right? The spirit is connected to God. So, in a sense, you could say that the devil has all their their games and their chicanery, but fundamentally, God's plan is transcendent.
I mean, I agree. I try to be mean on Instagram or Twitter, but they do these photo pages of people that take the shots. They all look like central casting for serial killers or the Joker. I mean, well, what happened to these people?
It's like the people out there raging about the abortions, and I mean, they're literally like
I mean, you can say that about most selfies.
Screaming, tear that little bastard from your womb and grind it up.
We're gonna kill that little effer. We love murdering men. And they act like demon, like if you were trying to cast.
He's going full Connell already. The baby killer. Oh, right on. Yo, Barney. Yeah, if you got them, smoke them.
For a movie.
Yeah.
If you got some, smoke them.
No, it's literally like demons in human form, as you're saying. And
what do you think's really happening? What's happening?
What's happening? I mean, are they being affected by the vaccine, or is this an overall? This is probably the decades of toxins in the water and the chemtrails in the sky and the vaccines that they've been giving to kids. I mean, it's it's ridiculous. Even if without the COVID, you've got kids on.
These are lost people. Is there any hope of saving them, or what do we do?
Whew. I mean, I'm not necessarily here in the business of saving souls, but I would say that they have to basically wake up for themselves. We can't wake people up. We can only speak to those that are ready to listen.
But the left has the woke agenda, but everybody needs to wake up on the radical right. Just pointing it out.
No, I agree. So we should probably just spend our time on those that are already going to be receptive.
That's the point. I really
Wake
believe
up, man.
that there are plenty of people that are in the middle, and if we can speak in a language that's clear, that's calm, that's coherent.
Fetus
people in the
equals
middle
good
will start
snack.
saying,
That
"You know
is
what? These
a
guys are so
spicy
crazy." They're
sign,
so
but
they're so entrenched, and I think you're seeing that with Biden's popularity. And right, most people in America don't like this administration.
You're right. The good news is, as you first said here 45 minutes ago, is people are rejecting this.
They are because they're seeing it such a glaring example of the insanity.
Oh, thank you,
our
Debbie.
Our
Yeah.
best weapon is them.
Feel free to post any relevant links, guys, in the Discord. Let's stay talking.
They literally are bringing out the demonic world order in people's faces, and people are saying, no, I don't think I want this. Let's find
What has your political process been like? 'Cause I've known you 12, 13 years. You were already awake to this, really knew everything I knew 12 years ago, but seems like you've gotten super awake since
of
then.
my
What's
pussy
happened in your process?
Yeah, I mean, my process has been, I've been very blessed because I was watching JFK and part of that film when I was 7 years old, 7 years old. So my awareness was, okay, there's more forces at work here than what the media tells you. And I saw that even when I was 5, 6 years old with Saddam Hussein Part 1 in Iraq 1. The fact was that, I was able to read and to open my eyes at a young age and to realize, okay, there's this deep state. I mean, we didn't know it was, my dad called it in Nixon, the beast system, right? And we understood that there was a deeper element with the CIA and the various covert ops that we'd been running around the world and overthrowing governments and rigging elections, everything like this. So it wasn't difficult for me then to realize how broken the system was by the time of the Serbia, not just the Bosnian War, the Kosovo War, and then with Iraq Part 2, it was like, okay, that was it. I knew that this was all a sham. 9/11, I recognized pretty quickly. And so once you recognize that these people are lying to you, the media is a perpetual misinformation agent, and that the presidents are selected, thanks to various, like we learned with Clinton, the Bilderberg Group, right, or Jimmy Carter and the Trilateral Commission. I mean, once you understand that, then it's very difficult when you're young to go back to sleep.
Exactly. It's not even like my own case.
It shouldn't be. Sleep well, everyone out there. We're at the end of the show. I've got everyone's shout outs in the credits at the end of the show. So all of you regulars who popped in, Allie, Erica, Justin, Arianthe, Chief, I got shout outs to all you guys coming up on the graphic. So finally getting things kind of reeled in here at MURKradio. But I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream down. We've been at it for 3.5 hours, and I think it's a good time to bring this one onto a close. We've checked it on Uncle Alex. He's anti-vax as all hell right now. He's broke as a joke. I'm kidding. He's in bankruptcy, which means he's trying to get his shit together. Ain't divorce a bitch, Uncle Alex. And don't be fearful, guys. If I could spread one thing after watching InfoWars for a little bit of time, is don't be scared, man. I got the vaccine. It helped me. Honestly, I caught COVID in between the booster and having gotten the vaccine. So I'm glad I didn't catch any variants. I'm glad it hasn't killed me. As far as I know, when it comes to fertility too, I'm still shooting active rounds. So make of that what you will. They didn't catch your boy. You guys stay nice to each other. Justin, love you to death. I'm gonna pop up out of the Discord. Everybody be sure to check out the links here on our pillar, link in description. Hop in the Discord, become part of the conversation with us here. I really only watch the YouTube chat, so if you wanna get in here with us, hop in the YouTube chat, hop in the Discord. I'd love to have you on cam. I'd love to have you on mic. It's open season here at the Hangout. But let's roll this outro.